Hello! I think we have an intro video too, don't we? All right. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Age of the Forsaken here on the Clockwork Nexus. KJ, thank you for stepping up and running stuff while Matt is in apparently prison today. Just kidding. But here we are. We're a little light tonight. Patrick is off doing family stuff. You know, what a loser. Having a family, going on vacation. No, we're happy for him. We're really stoked for him. And Patrick, as we know you're watching, have fun, bud. And Daniel is going to be joining us shortly. He had a family. What did he say? A family delicate. I don't know what that means, but that's what he's doing. So we are going to do stuff just a little before we do intros today. Matt over there on the far side, he has a package and his partner has been dying to know what is in it. Is she close by?
No, but
Oh, because they're going to want to see what's inside of it.
well,
I
they will
think.
eventually.
All right.
We live
So,
together.
Matt, if you could. Yay! I got you a
Not
thing.
the other package, you gross.
Yeah, don't be gross.
Got me a box.
It's a box.
Wait, you didn't tell me that I would need something sharp. Hang on.
Did I tape it up real good?
Too good for my fingers. My fingies.
Are you saying that your fingers aren't good enough to finger my box?
Demonetized.
I got KJ to break already. That's great. If they would have been drinking, that would have been a spit take for sure. I'm convinced of it.
It would have been so bad because I have so much tech sitting over here.
Ruined all of it.
Immediately. It would have gotten on my computer, my ring light, all of it. My phone.
That would have been great. I would have been sending KJ money for like a hot minute because I ruined all of their shit.
And I'm trying to do the sharp part off stream so that, bad things don't happen. We've seen what happens when that happens.
That's true. I got the stuff for Daniel's dice box today. Look at that pink. Isn't that an awesome pink? I'm in love with this pink.
Ow.
Please tell me you didn't just stab yourself.
Nope.
Okay.
He's just clumsy. I think the funny thing is I totally wouldn't have I have a letter opener that just looks like a dagger that I totally would have used regardless of what stream wanted. I also have a sword back here that I could pretend to use, even though it's not actually sharp.
Dude, I am going to send yours soon. I'm just waiting for your what's in it to get there. To get here.
You did send me a box.
I did! I sent him a box inside of a box inside of a bag.
Wow, that is on there.
It shouldn't be.
Magnets are tough. Look at them, they're pretty. Hang on.
That in the middle is just a bag.
Yeah. Just want the D20 right now. We'll get the rest later. Is it what I think it is? It's what I think it is. There's a little mouse inside.
It's a rat.
It's white like a mouse, but you know what? I get that it's a rat. It's a rat. I'm happy.
I was looking for dice to get you, and I saw that, and I was like, well, that has to be it.
I do like that when the rat is right side up, it's a 1.
It fits, doesn't it?
It really does.
It
fits and it ships.
I sent Brian some dice, these dice that I was like, oh, we should get these dice because they're all digital. They're all like,
dude, that is $51 for a single D20.
There's a second D20,
and that's 15% off. They're like $600 or something like that for the full set and a charger.
Just so you know, so you people that are watching, these dice, I'm not saying anything bad about the company. They are well-made dice. They are fantastic dice. They light up real nice.
Cool.
The shtick of them is that they will Bluetooth to your phone, or you can have them linked to Roll20. So as you roll them in real life, your rolls just appear in Roll20 or whatever your given thing that you use is. I don't have $51 for a single D20 though.
But also you can,
and also I don't have money for a divorce, which would come if I spent $51 on a single D20.
You can program, but you can program all the different, all the numbers. Let's just stick the D20. You could program the D20 to have every different number that comes up be a different color. And then they showed you like, oh, if it rolls a 20, you could program it that it goes green and it flashes and it's really bright. Or if it rolls a natural 1, it blinks like red but it's all kinds of, I mean.
Yes, and I respect it. I respect it immensely, and I respect the people that create it. What I just have to go back to saying is, like I said, not only do I not have $51 for a single D20, I don't have money for the divorce attorney I will need when Jen finds out that I bought a single D20 for $51. Anywho,
I still want
now that Matt has his box undiced, and I hope you use them. I hope they bring you luck. Ed is a thank you, and KJ, you will be getting yours soon, and Ken, you will be getting yours soon as well. As a thank you, guys, for making me believe that I am not a shit DM, and I am now thoroughly the world's
you're not.
DM. Ah! Violent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am thoroughly willing to admit that I am the world's okayest DM. And that's okay. That is progress. And I am happy.
I'll take it.
But yes, thank you guys. So now with that out of the way, and because we're bullshitting, still waiting for Daniel, who is still late. Did he say anything else in the Discord that I missed? Nope. Still hasn't. So that's okay.
He's just getting back from the spa. At the new place that we're at.
Yeah, that's okay. But let's jump in it with the 3 that we do have, because we have stuff and shits to do. KJ, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm KJ. You can find me on most social medias at kj.cosplay. I'm most active on TikTok and trying to be more active on Instagram. Don't ask me how it's going. Tonight, I am playing the role of Echo Leaf Run, who is this party's more recently blinded monk who is learning a lot.
Truth. All right. Sam?
Good day, adventurers. This is More Drunken Blade. You can find me at More Drunken Blade, or you can just hashtag More MOR. That'll get you some places too. Haven't put a lot of content out in the past few months, but I'm getting ready to be honest with you. 40K, Dungeons and Dragons, all that kind of good junk. And I'm playing Skip Tracer. He's a little rattling rogue that's kind of got some psychotic issues, some mental problems. He's just got a lot going on upstairs, and he's trying to figure it out. But most notably, we'll put this out there now. He has had a lot of difficulty accepting Echo until quite recently, and is now kind of believing a lot of what Echo has been saying is their truth, and is accepting them a lot more. That's me.
That is true. And last but not least, for the people that were here on time, General Maticus.
Hi, General Maticus, I guess. I got a promotion. Also known as War Torn Knight out there on the interwebs, and I have the distinct honor and pleasure to be playing everybody's problem. Chip Mackenzie. Dwarf, Warlock, Ranger, Shipwright. Father, dwarf that's just trying to get by.
Very true. And to put them on the spot, because they have definitely prepared for this, KJ definitely has a recap for us.
Hold, please. Where did I put it? I did have my Google Drive open. I just didn't have the doc open.
Arrived in town. Chip got a house. Chip got a manor.
Chip did get a manor, and then a new daddy. I mean,
and then we were all freaked out.
In the basement.
And then we left.
What was that look for, Matt?
Jeez, I have no little notes.
Why do you have such little notes?
Because last session was such a fever dream for me. I don't know why. It just was. We arrived. How the fuck do I pronounce that?
The city?
Yeah.
Osatona?
I don't think yeah, I'm like, I did not spell that correctly.
Osotona.
Yeah, that was not spelled at all correctly. Anyway, we arrived in Osatona. Just a kind of general description of the town. A lot of it was heavy dwarven influence in the town. There was a castle that you kept using, like the descriptions of like Viking longhouses. There was a very large military presence. We all were getting a feeling that they're getting ready for something, because there was a group of old soldiers and like fresh new soldiers who have clearly never seen combat before. We made our way to Fort Evergard because we had to go talk to whatever the dude's name is that I can't remember in this moment, but that's fine. We found out Chip's real name is not Chip. I don't remember how to pronounce it.
Choronak.
Choronak. Choronak Mackenzie. And
never hit it. It just never came up.
It just never came up. Yeah. But we kind of had to do a self-identification when we got there, which Echo was kind of leading the charge. But when Chip gave his real name, red lights, sirens, and the fact that he has warrants out for his arrest.
Metaphorical sirens, yes.
Metaphorical sirens. And so we had to kind of deal with that. And they pulled us in to talk to the dude we were here to talk to anyway, so it was kind of a win-win for us. But we had to deal with Chip's warrants,
Felonies.
which Echo tried to be helpful with providing some evidence and information that they had collected. But it really came down to Echo suggesting that they just use magic to prove via Chip's experiences that he's innocent, or prove his side of the story. Not that he didn't do what he was accused of, but that he had actually pretty decent reason. They brought in the seer of sorts.
That's a good way to say that.
Yeah. They brought in a seer of sorts that looked through his memories to confirm his story. And this seer piqued Echo's interest because, one, they were blind. Two, they come from a faction that claims to be like the what was the thing that you used to describe them? Like a direct offshoot from the order that mine is loosely based off of.
Yes, they claim to be descendant from like a direct descendant to the parent order to yours.
And before the seer left the room, even though both of them were blind, Echo and the seer kind of exchanged a look of "we're gonna talk later" kind of energy. Chip was given a full pardon and a deed to an estate, Rovanza Manor.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised that I remembered to write that down, but here we are.
I was going to say that you remember.
That I remember. We then pretty much got told to go outside, like to leave the premises, so we did after picking up the deed to the estate, trying to figure out what we were going to do for accommodations when Chip was like, "Hey, yo, I got a home base." And so we went to go look around. We were able to give the General Vadark's request for aid, which he sent that dwarven woman out because it was a whole thing. But we spent time checking out the manor. And this is where I have only 2 things of notes left, because it was a lot of us just kind of wandering around on the map. But the most important
major,
part,
like no major like plot point hit.
There's still 2 more things on these notes, my dude.
Dude.
But Chip, was it like a cellar or something? I don't remember exactly. It was a cellar that he'd gone into, and a door had appeared, and he'd gone in, and it was this whole nightmarish thing that happened with this demon that I have this quote written down, which is, "The sacrifices we make to the Father, may he rise to ... because I missed some of it, them all." But it was this statue of a very demonic figure, and it was a whole thing, and Sky Daddy came out to fight the dude and punted Chip out the wall.
Daddy.
It was a whole thing. I don't remember anything after that because I was like shocked with the fact that this had just happened.
I mean, that was the gist of it. You two got any details you want to add that KJ left out? What's up, Ken?
I have that we left again as a party. But the person we keep forgetting about, KJ, Dargon, Half-Braid, we left him there, and we were thinking about hiring a mercenary or hiring him a helper. And we bought 6 mastiffs, 2 milk cows, 5 pigs, 12 chickens, a draft horse, and a wagon.
When did this happen? Where was I?
I don't know. I have it written down.
I think
Alright.
you have it written down that you wanted to shop for these things,
Maybe that's what we were going.
which is fine.
Maybe that's what we were doing.
That was the intent next.
But
Because I think we
I
had
think-
decided we were going to split up to kind of do a couple of different things.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, I think honestly, you guys left off with that you were going to meet up in the office first, and then go do things.
I don't
Well, I know
remember.
in the main, let's say parlor, because I'm not sure what we called it, but the main parlor, there were 3 things under glass.
Yeah.
A book.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write them down because they weren't mine. So I'm sorry, I didn't write them down. But there were 3 things under glass, and I think
It's a good thing these are streamed on YouTube.
Oh,
I
man, I gotta pay attention.
I think Chip looked at the book, and that was it.
Did Chip look at the book? 3 books. Did
Oh,
I
it
tell
was
you
all-
what the 3 books were?
Basically.
Can-
I
can-
remember this
Can
happening.
you
I don't remember
regale me? Because I don't remember what I told you.
They were,
I'm a good DM, though, they tell me.
I forget the official names of them, but they are the manuals that will increase one's
yes.
intelligence,
That's right.
wisdom, and charisma.
Yep. That is true. That is true. You did. You find 3
Also-
manuals.
Brian, just so you
Yeah.
know, one of the perks
Yeah.
about streaming on the internet, you can go back and watch sessions.
I know I can. Could. I have the ability to.
Mm-hmm. So you
But will
forget
I?
things, you can go back and watch it so that you know what you said.
To be fair, though, I kind of thought that's why I have a KJ.
I need to just warn you when I'm kind of half here before a session so you know what kind
That's
of notes
true.
to expect for the next session.
That means this time I'm leaning on Matt to take better notes. Or Ken. One of you. There's only 3 of you here, so I hope one of you will take good enough notes, and Daniel will be maybe here later. I don't know. I'm assuming he'll get here eventually. But anyway. Book 1, you so own a haunted house. Thank you, Patrick. You're helpful.
I want it to be like the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
All right, so let's pick up with it off of you guys meeting in, I guess, Chip's office, because he called you guys. You guys get a note, or you guys do call everybody. You guys find a note from Marion, basically saying she went to church. She went to find the Temple of Lysandra because she has questions. And after getting touched by an angel and their bones starting to hurt, they decided that, going to the church would be a good idea. Going to the Temple of Lysandra. So that's where they went. Riz, you still haven't heard from him after you guys got to Osatona, and he basically saw the Magi Consortium and says, "Deuces, bitches, I got questions for them. I'm out." And in 6, you went, you know where she went. You saw the place where she was. You went to try to find her and then quickly turned around after hearing the noises coming out of that room. So you were just letting them do them. Whether they were good noises or bad noises, you don't know. There was a lot of banging and maybe stuff getting thrown around, maybe stuff breaking. I don't know. So either she's having a good time or she's really mad at him. Which one? We'll find out whenever Selkie comes back. Selkie, we love you and we miss you. So yeah, that is where you guys can take it up. You guys are meeting up in Chip's office. He called you guys on the earrings and said, "Yo, whoever's within earshot, let's go." So you guys take it away.
So once everybody was assembled, pretty much, I mean, people were there when everything went down, right? Like when I come back.
They were, but you kind of didn't say much. You just kind of beelined for the office, and like you were in a state.
I was in fact in a state that actually exists. So once everybody's there, Chip would not sit at, because there was a desk in the office. He wouldn't sit at that, but he would like stand by it and just kind of like look at everybody after taking a deep breath. All right, I'm gonna level with you. The house is haunted.
Echo immediately goes from like listening intently to like, what?
Like demonically, or like maybe it's like metaphorically.
No, actually haunted. Like there's no metaphor about it. There's no deeper meaning behind this, or like this is the lesson that you're going to learn at the end of the story. No, it's right haunted by something terrible.
What?
But I think it's okay.
Can we get one of those priestess people to come in, and then they burn grass and stuff in the corners, and then they walk around and just like, oh, this door is the portal to the underworld, and you have to put water on it, and then you have to get the leaves from a tree that it's in a forest, and the trees throw rocks at you, and then you take these leaves, and then it cleanses everything, and then there's no more scary people in there.
I think I saw the play you're talking about where the little old lady went around and did all this, and then she said, "This house is clear."
Yeah, and then they had this box, and then the little girl got sucked into the box.
Right. Right.
You know who gets sucked into the box? Anybody near Chip's mom.
The wheeze.
Just saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But like, are they gonna like come out and get us? Because like, is there a ghost?
No, I don't think it's a ghost. If it was a ghost, I think we'd be better off.
That's not encouraging.
No, I mean, I wish I could be.
Would you prefer to speak in more clear words so that we can understand why you believe the house to be haunted?
Right. Well, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm trying to understand it myself. Went into the basement, the wine cellar down, or whatever cellar down there. There was a door that is not there anymore. When I went through the door, there was a room with a bunch of altars, and the altars may have been made of bone, and there were some statues of a very well put together, albeit very infernal looking individual. And one of them started talking and said some shite about sacrifices and the end of the world, I think, or something along those lines.
Oh, you're not making this very pleasant.
If I could, I would. So I tried to leave, and I said no. Tried to pull off the old dwarvish goodbye, and they just weren't letting me. And everything that I was trying started to rain blood from the ceiling, and when I looked up, I saw my family. But I guess that they're okay, because Grimgorn showed up and got me out of there, and I believe put a ward around the estate.
Well, is this like one of those things, like if I go to, is there a mirror in this room? Is there a mirror?
DM.
Is it?
In his office?
Yeah, or like a big spooky mirror in the mansion, in the manor.
Not like a big ornate mirror or anything. I mean, there are mirrors. Like,
I'm gonna find. Come on, guys. Let's go find the scariest looking one, and I'm gonna go up to the big mirror, and I'm gonna say, "Sugar sis, sugar sis, sugar sis."
No, don't.
What?
Does anything happen? Well, I saw it in a play once. There was this guy, and you say his name 3 times in the mirror. I think his name was Sugar Sis.
what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Ken. Don't you worry. I got you.
I'm gonna send it to you guys subliminally.
Subliminally. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen us break him like that.
I got nothing for that. But
Sugar Sis. You didn't see that movie?
I was prepared for many things. That just wasn't one of them. So you say this into the mirror and you get nothing.
I didn't expect anything.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yep. Nothing happens.
Oh. No, so like honestly, is there something we can do about it, Chip? Like, can we like exercise them? Like get a treadmill or like a stationary bicycle?
I don't think so, and I'm not sure if we have to because, like I said, a dwarven deity showed up in the proverbial flesh and lorded the estate.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say I don't want to. I'm not going down there by myself.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Chip.
But we could send somebody down there and like tell them and see
Chip.
if it eats them.
Yes, Echo.
You said that a ward was placed around this, yes?
That's what I was told.
Keep in mind, all 3 of you did have this spectral dwarven looking being.
I can't see.
Okay, but you still fucking felt it.
I know. I was literally about to bring it up, my dude.
Okay.
Echo just kind of takes into consideration the fact that you're like, that's what I was told. Am I the only one who experienced some rather uncomfortable, if not painful, occurrences recently? Occurrence, I should say, one.
I don't think only thing I've experienced in the last 24 hours is extreme diarrhea, but that's about it. I don't remember having a vision. Well, it was wet vision. We'll probably have to have housekeeping come and clean that shit up.
This is a good episode for people to tune into.
I don't know why it's getting me so hard today.
It's because you're in a good mood.
It's because I'm delirious.
Hey, delirious is just a state of fun.
What time of the day is it?
I think it is. I mean, you guys.
Early afternoon when we got here, I think.
Yeah, so after this whole thing, you're probably looking later in the afternoon, like the sun is starting to go down.
Well, may I suggest that because I haven't eaten all day, maybe we should go the 3 of us.
Just then, you hear the rats in the walls just going at it, tearing each other apart.
Oi, Hemi, leave her alone.
I'm not doing anything. I just fucking got here. So if she comes at me as hard as your mom, I'm not going to have any chance to say no. For those of you watching for the first time, I play Hammy the rat, which is always with Chip. His best friend.
I wouldn't say that.
I would. He fucking loves him.
We can't even do anything because
I was
Skip
gonna
was
say,
halfway through a
Skip
thought.
was halfway through a statement. You know what? While we're waiting, Chip, what is your passive perception?
I'm realizing how unprepared I am for this session. I have nothing that I need.
Just imagine
15.
if you were me. I have everything totally prepared.
I don't even have my character sheet open.
I'm a good DM.
I did say 15.
15. All right. I would say 15 is enough. That for the briefest of moments when you're like looking in the mirror as you're talking to Chip and Chip is saying whatever he was saying before the rats started attacking each other in the wall. You swear you see a shadow of that figure from the basement moving behind you. But you like look back and there are no signs of it. There's nothing going on, nothing moving, nothing, anything. You could have swore it was there, and you can do whatever you want to with that information.
So, warded, yes, but exercised, I do believe, no.
Yeah, my room was full of rats. Sorry, guys. No, I was saying it's just we could maybe we could go and get something to eat and talk.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. It's been a minute since we've had time to just breathe.
Yeah, I think Riz must have slipped some dairy product into my food yesterday. So,
Skip, make a Constitution save for me real quick.
18 plus whatever my modifier is.
Okay. So as you say that, you get a sudden urge and realize you do have to go to the outhouse.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah. So you do catch it before anything happens, but
I'll be right back.
you made it canon, so it's a thing.
I'm clenching.
So after Skip takes a trip to the outhouse, what are you guys doing? Are you guys having Dorgan make you something, or are you going elsewheres?
I thought the cupboards were empty. And we had to go shopping. No? Oh.
Mm-mm. Nope. The kitchen was actually fully stocked.
Would we like to just stay here and have a meal or go out?
That is always the question.
I'll be honest with you. I had ulterior motive for going out. I've never been to this town before, and I really would like to see if the jesting jacks have a presence here. So if we could go like a tavern or someplace to eat, at least I can put a couple feelers out. Maybe find a little bit more about the city, and if it's maybe Chip could ask somebody if, hey, by the way, I just inherited this manor, and I'm wondering if the barkeep knows anything about the manor. Like, oh yeah, that spooky manor. Don't go there.
if you are itching to make some connections, I think I have a place in mind. Because Echo's been through here before.
That I'm following you because if they have an Undercity, like that's always the best place to go is to Undercity, the shitty side of town. They got the best go-go dancers. They probably
Shitty side of
have.
town is whatever side you're on, Mister. I have runs in my genes.
They probably have like the franchise Busty Hippo, all kinds of.
The franchise strip club, obviously. So Echo would be able to recall when Chip mentions the Undercity that the north side of town is indeed built on atop of a cliff-like structure, and that there is a pretty much the slums of the city. It's government housing, pretty much like their government. They do take care of the homeless, but it's nowhere you'd exactly choose to stay. I'll say that way.
Hey,
that,
guess what? Guess what?
What? Hey, there we go. We got a Riz. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel does exist, especially after bitching for not being able to play for 3 weeks. And then he shows up late. It's like a consummate professional. / man with kids. Perfectly forgivable.
We
Glad
can't
to
hear
have you. Yeah, you need to fix your shit.
We can't hear you. Starting off
So
great.
he shows up and his shit doesn't work.
It's okay. I was also having issues when I was first here, so it's okay.
Well, we'll give you a sec. Nope, still can't hear you. Maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Welcome, Daniel.
I saw the green.
There we go. All right. So, as we were saying, before we cut to the Riz, because we were going to figure out what's going on with him. Yes, Echo does recall the Undercity, recalls the slums. You don't know much about the Justing Jacks, but you do imagine that if there is a Thieves Guild syndicate, that is where it would be.
I think Echo would kind of be thinking along the lines of, where's the place that has the best food in the more slum area, but is still a relatively nice establishment that they, when they were last here, picked up on different groups and associations that happened to linger in the same area.
Okay, so right on the edge of the Undercity, the part that's kind of towards the docks, but not directly in the dock ward. The Wayward Wanderer is a kind of a dive bar, but I mean that in a positive way. You know, like not one of the most popular places, but the food is really good. The drinks are really good. The people are friendly, just a little blue collar. And, you know, that's the place more like the working man's bar, so to speak.
As Echo is kind of leading through town to get here, it's a little more difficult because they've only been in the city a little bit, so enough to kind of know where they're going, but it still takes a little bit more time than they remember it taking originally because they don't have their sight to rely on. But eventually it finds their way there and just kind of doesn't even stop walking, but just throws over their shoulder. It's a little more seedy and you'll find some connections to a couple different syndicates, but the food is good, drink is good, and the place is lively. And then we'll walk inside.
All right. So as you are walking, and because you have your blind sight that goes out about 10 feet, right?
20 feet.
20 feet. All right.
Blind sight
Um,
and tremor sense.
Yeah. And you notice as you're walking that it's almost like your vision is actively trying to get better. Like that blind sight is trying to get better. It is trying to, like, you feel, it's really kind of weird to describe, but it's like you feel your eyes trying to see more than what they see. And it is causing like migraine stabs of pain, like right behind the
Actually, there's a very similar feeling that I could use to describe this.
Okay.
Which happens to be because I'm a person who uses glasses. When you wear someone's prescription glasses that are a higher prescription than your own, it's this you're constantly trying to focus on what's happening, and you can do it, but if you do it for too long, it starts to hurt a lot.
There you go. I want to know because I don't need glasses, but I do hear my son bitching about the same thing when he wears Becca's glasses. So I get it because my other daughter is blind as a bat. For real. All right. So does Echo respond to that at all, or do they just kind
I
of
think
try
it's
to remain stoic?
I think it's this thing of as they're walking and this is happening, Echo's constantly trying to expand the reach of their senses anyways, but now that it's becoming this thing of almost their body's trying to force it to happen, and it comes with some pain. There's a bit of a wince as there's this sharp needle pain as it kind of goes to that dull, constant ache. But outside of that, I don't think Echo would react much to it.
Okay. All right. And then in this moment, we are going to cut over to Riz now that Riz is here. We're going to retcon a little bit. We're going to go back. You guys got into town. And you see that Echo started making a beeline for Fort Evergard. And as you guys were walking, Riz, you got immediately distracted by a very posh-looking building. And the symbol on the front that you immediately recognized it as the local guild house for the Magi Consortium, the Mages Guild, in which you are very much so a part. And you saw it, and you had the most ADHD moment ever, and pretty much just said, "Deuces, I got questions."
If I'm gonna see a squirrel, I'm gonna go after it. I'm gonna say it like that.
So before even giving anybody a chance to stop you, you just dipped into this building. And as you step into the building, into the main room of the Magi Consortium, you are immediately enveloped in the familiar atmosphere of arcane sophistication and scholarly grandeur. The room is an expansive library and alchemy lab kind of combined, a true sanctuary of the mind and spirit for any magic user. The walls are lined with towering bookshelves, each crammed with ancient tomes, grimoires, and scrolls, their spines glinting warm golden light of numerous chandeliers that are suspended high from the ceiling. The intricate woodwork, the shelves, and the ceiling's ornate carvings give the room this kind of timeless, almost sacred feel, but there's also just this feeling of kind of just highbrow sophistication, right? The chairs are these just extremely posh leather chairs, like the kind that you like feel it, and it almost doesn't even feel like leather. You just kind of like melt into it. There's massive arched windows framed with these heavy velvet drapes, and everything is just kept in pristine order. In the center of the room is a grand fireplace that crackles with a lively flame that dances in a rainbow of colors, so obviously not natural. Its mantle is adorned with alchemical instruments and curious artifacts. The fire's warm rainbow light dances across the room, illuminating the large round table that stands before it. And the table is kind of the heart of the consortium, covered in scrolls, potions, and a myriad of alchemical equipment. So, people that have obviously been reading over stuff. And you do see a series of gnome-sized automatons just kind of running around, picking up scrolls, kind of putting them back. You see when one gets to a bookshelf, it just kind of like lifts itself up to the appropriate height and just kind of puts the thing back and then shrinks itself back down. And when one of them sees you, it kind of like rolls up to you and says, "Yes, sir. Welcome to the Osatona Magi Consortium. Could you please present your mark?"
I'm. Do I get the? I mean, if I'm very much a part of this, then I know where this mark is or what this
Yes.
mark is referring to is, and it's not the giant tattoo of numbers that's on my body.
It is not your tattoo. It is typically whatever you originally used as your arcane focus when you started in the Magi Consortium. So it would be your wand or your staff or whatever it is that you have besides your tattoo.
Oh yeah, it'd just be a staff.
Okay. So you present your staff and he kind of like waves his hand over it, and right on the end of the staff you see the traditional mark of the Magi Consortium. So yes, welcome, sir. You have full access to everything. If you need anything, just don't hesitate to ask. And of course, Archmage Kagar is upstairs if you need to speak with him. If you do explode anything, we do ask that you try to keep it to the test dummies, or to don't blow anybody up, please. And not after last month.
Duly noted. I will rein in my explosive magic.
Much appreciated. Oh, and Kagar did say, he did ask us to remind new patrons, there is a new policy: no fireball within the walls, please. There's many expensive tomes. We don't need them being burnt again.
So if I find a place that doesn't have walls, fireball is allowed.
Outside of these walls, you can do as you wish, though the city guard might have something to say.
these walls, regardless of where I am in the building.
Yes, inside the consortium, please do not use fireball or lightning bolt or anything that will start the building or its contents on fire.
So Eldritch Blast is out then.
Well, that won't really start it on fire. You'll just make a mess, so I would prefer you didn't.
Depends on what I hit.
And you see him just kind of like hang his little mechanical head and just wheels himself off.
Does one wheel squeak? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
So what are you doing, sir?
I think the first place I'm going to go, first off, I just want to let it be known that Riz is definitely a kid in first time candy shop scenario right now. Like, he loves everything about this place. He's got the giddiest smile on his head, on his face. Like he's there. He's here for it.
Okay.
But the first place he really wants to get curious on is the deity side of things. Like, he knows a little bit, but he doesn't know much. And ever since that dream a while back where this deity of a dream basically asked what his purpose was, he's been kind of throwing that around, and he's not sure. He wants to know if there's anything that could mean something with that question.
All right. So, keeping in mind that you guys are in the Magi Consortium deals primarily with arcane matters and less celestial, but that isn't to say that there aren't peoples in which to ask these questions. But the question is right now, who is available? And pretty much the only one that is actively available is the Archmage Kagar. He is the only one that is the only scholarly type that is available. So you can feel free to go and ask him.
If that's the only person who's available to speak to about it, then yes, I would like to go to the Archmage.
You okay? So you go up this ornate kind of grand staircase, and at the top of which you see these huge, like 15-foot tall double doors. One of which is kind of ajar at the moment. And you open it or you kind of walk in, and before you you see the Grand Archmage Kagar Vdusk. He is a wizard of incredible renown to the point where any of your party would probably know him. His long silver hair flows down about to his shoulders, kind of framing his face that is etched with wrinkles and stress of countless years of adventuring, a few scars. His eyes are sharp and clear behind his round spectacles. That as you walk in, they kind of make contact with you, and you get the feeling that he is almost looking right through you as he is just looking you straight up and down. He sits there running his hand over his meticulously groomed beard, and he has kind of a handlebar mustache that you can see like both sides are perfectly symmetrical, and he's got like the perfect curl to it and everything, so you can tell he takes great care in his appearance. As he just looks at you and, young master Isanod, it has been too long. What can I do for you?
Archmage Kagar, have you changed supplements? Your beard and mustache look very good.
Oh, I discovered beard oils from a friendly dwarf now, and it looks a little fuller, And my age, at 837, it starts to go a little thin, so, have to thicken it up a little bit.
837, it seemed like just a couple of years ago you were only 247.
You are too kind, too kind. And if you are being this kind, it must mean that it's a favor of some sort is coming if I know you.
Not all favors require politeness behind them. I would like to know something if you're up for it, though.
Well, I am up, so
A
strike while the iron's hot, as they say.
I would say about a fortnight ago or more, I received a dream with what I could only figure would be a deity of some sort. And he asked me point blank what my reason is. What is my purpose? And I
Family, ladies and gentlemen. They're a nuisance. Don't have one. I'm kidding. They are the greatest thing in all of our lives.
And I will be talking from a distance for a second. And I was only curious to know what it meant. If it meant anything. It's just that I've been pondering it, and I just cannot understand or figure it out for the life of me. Not necessarily what my purpose is, but why it would happen to me.
So as you ask this, and Kagar just watches as you completely absent-mindedly wander around his office, picking up like priceless knickknacks that you have no business touching, and you're just sitting there like, and like almost dropping it, and like, and he sits there like, just getting very nervous as he watches you, but at the same time is completely not surprised knowing you, and just, oh well, okay, so I'm a little confused on what's the ask here. Are you looking for therapy? Are you having a like 90% life crisis right now?
I am
Like,
having
you're trying to figure-
existential crisis of a lifetime. No, I joke.
At your age, that's like the 5th or 6th one.
I know. It's insane. I don't approve of these life crises. Crises? Crises.
Crises.
It's just nine.
Crises, yes. So are you looking for that, or like what? Because I can tell you, it doesn't get any fucking better.
Your beard does.
Yeah, the beard is about it. I have to take a little blue pill. Well, never mind.
It's okay. It's okay, Archmage. It's okay. We've all been there. Some more than others. No, I'm
well,
not.
At least that's one thing that's not going away. I can't imagine what it would be like not to have a full shaft, if you know what I'm saying.
I can. Let me tell you. It's not great.
That sounds terrible.
Still hurts to pee.
Shark fleshlight?
No, there was no fleshlight involved. It was just shark.
Oh, okay. We've all been there.
Yeah, it was just shark. I got the unfortunate end.
Gotta ask consent next time.
Didn't matter with the amount of teeth.
Teeth are never good.
No, less crises to
Demonetized.
walk through. We were demonetized long ago.
Truth.
Less crises walk through, more information on who it could be or where to start to figure out who it could be.
Well, if it's a deity, who was it?
He was kind of cloaked in shadow, other than being extremely massive. He had full beard, average face, long hair. I mean, there wasn't much to go off of.
There was a lot more than that to go.
I don't have my notebook in front of me. My notebook is somewhere else. That's all I'm going off of right now.
So,
whatever.
Above this, what you would remember is that nothing about what you said was true. He
That's
was
right.
Dude, I sent you a picture of him, did I not?
Oh, scroll. That's Elmo. There he is.
Elmo.
There he is. Please stop. Okay. Yes, I have the picture. So I'll just describe said picture. Gigantic cloud man. Ripped as hell. Long hair, massively long beard, glowing gold eyes. Man looked like Zeus on steroids, but with clouds.
Who the fuck is Zeus?
Old boyfriend. We're not going to talk about it.
Doesn't there. Well, not boyfriend. I don't swing that way, but I don't judge you.
You can never be sure. It's just here and there.
Hey, everybody experiments in their 600s. It's okay.
You got to ignore the feline.
Sorry, that's my cat. She just kind of jumps wherever the fuck she wants. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You finally just figured out the find familiar spell. Rock on, dude.
Familiars. They just kind of pop up. Anyway, so Big Cloud Man.
Yes.
Glowing eyes, kind of like made out of a storm. That doesn't sound like anybody I have any clue about. I'm sorry, my cat's kind of licking your face there. She's friendly. It's okay.
It's all right.
Oh, she's really digging you there.
Yeah. Can you move along your way?
Sorry, she's got a mind of her own. I can't really do anything about her.
All right. Look, either lay down in place or do something else.
Well, she's giving you kisses. There we go. But anyway,
There we go.
hard to be mad at her when she's that cute, huh?
No, not at all. What's her name?
Gretchen?
Gretchen. For her?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. She looks more like a milkshake.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's a dairy treat. You should really try it sometime. Head over
don't
to
do
the
with
east
dairy
side of the
anymore.
world.
I used
don't
to.
do
Then when I
dairy?
hit about 350, you know, dairy just kind of, it's like Krakatoa.
Goes right through you. I'm glad
Yep.
I haven't hit 350 yet, let me tell you.
Sucks.
Anyway, so no one you know of?
To be honest, I'm pretty familiar with the pantheon of most gods. I mean, the dwarven ones are a little weird, but then again, dwarves are a little weird if I'm being honest. You know, not like, you know, harshing them or anything, but they're just weird people. They're all like, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's cool. But you know, I'm pretty familiar with most of them, but yeah, that guy doesn't sound familiar at all. Was he the only one in this vision of yours, or was it a vision, or was it just a dream, or
it was a dream?
Were you drinking?
No drinks were involved that night.
Sorry, my cat's really kind of digging you there. That's like,
ooh. I just
something smells kind of like fish on your beard. I guess
which is weird.
Smells like this girl I used to date back in my, you know, way back in my day, like when I was like in my 400s, you know, before she had just had some kid named like Chip, like, yeah,
Chip's mom,
Chore Sack or something. I don't know, Charizard. I don't know. He's just this honestly ugliest little baby I've ever seen. But
I'm being bullied.
Being bullied by the DM who made me take a name. And now he's bullying me for that name. It could have been Charles. And everything would have been fine.
Charles is not a dwarf name. Just saying. So anyway, you know, there's these people that belong to some, I don't know, there's these kind of weird organization of like prophets and seers and all that kind of stuff. You know, they might, if you can find them, but the thing is they don't exactly walk around because they're blind. And like, to be honest, if you're blind, what are you doing walking around town? That just seems like a bad idea.
To be fair, I do know some blind people, a blind person to be specific, who is very good at surprisingly fighting.
Really? Because that seems like something that wouldn't make much sense.
It doesn't, but I don't argue with what they are capable of doing.
Well, more power to them, I suppose.
Although, admittedly, they have gotten locked up in several cages.
Is that like their thing?
Well, if it is, they're doing good for themselves.
I mean, it's cool. I don't judge.
Do you have any... I mean, this... I know for a fact you would, but do you have any... Oh, you don't steal my fry. Get out of here.
Sorry, she just kind of takes what she wants.
Straight up thefted my fry out of my box.
There's all sorts of people getting into people's boxes here tonight. It's kind of weird.
Where can you direct me to where the deities of storms or clouds or anything like that might be? Skies, the sky deities?
Sky deities? That's a good question. Well, I'd have to consult my book a little bit and kind of come up with something, because it kind of sounds like something that a good archmage would have like ready to go on them. But you know, I'm not a good archmage, so
Are you kidding me? Look at this orb. It's just glowing with a universe inside of it. It's pretty cool. I mean, what do you mean
well-
not a good archmage? Like, you got a bunch of cool glowy artifacts there that I'm almost 100% sure are either deadly or priceless. You know,
both, but you know.
see?
So really, like straight up storms, that's kind of like not a thing. You know, the temples in town though, you know, there's a couple of them. You know, there's a temple to Lysandra around. There's a temple to Solariel. There's a temple to Marius. That's, you know, but that's not storms. Nope. What else do I got here? Edenwind? Nope. That's more that's more where you go to. That's where I go to get those blue pills. They make those over there. Let's see what else. Vishar, I mean, death and stuff, that's not really what you're looking for, right? And he's like thumbing through a book and let's see what else do we got? We got
Wait, he's thumbing through a book, so he's not looking at me, right?
no.
Cool. I'm just gonna go over and like while answering his question, just know that's not what I'm looking for, you know. Answering his questions, being very attentive. I'm gonna look at and touch all of this stuff on his shelf. Just like one by one, looking and like putting it down. Like looking and putting it down.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the thing that says do not pick up.
No, none of them say that.
Oh, well.
Roll a d6 for me.
Sure. Do you want universe die or bubblegum pink die?
It is your choice. The one that is being nicer to you.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Of course, the D6 is like way at the bottom.
Keeping in mind, there is one number that you can roll here that can have a big impact.
One.
Of course you would. Okay.
It was a 2 first, but technically it fell off the table, so I re-rolled it.
This is going to be great.
A fireball comes into the
No, it is not a fireball.
Oh, dang it.
I do need to look on here, though. I need to... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many core races are there?
In D&D alone?
Yeah, just the core, not all the extra ones from the extra book.
Originally?
Huh?
9 core. There are 9 races in D&D 5e.
Yeah.
I thought it was 12. Oh, no, that's classes.
Okay, I need you to roll a d10.
Sure.
We're going to turn into a pink-haired kobold.
Here we
On
go.
the list.
You know, honestly, I'd be pretty
Wait,
chill
what
with
are
that.
these 9?
Dwarf,
Just-
elf, human, halfling.
Oh, just open up the player.
Dwarves, elves,
Glossary.
halflings, humans, dragonborns, gnomes, half elves.
You need to slow down here.
Tieflings.
Dwarf, elf, halfling, what?
Human,
Human.
dragonborn,
Okay.
gnome,
Gnome. Okay.
half elf,
Okay.
half orc,
Okay.
tiefling.
Tiefling. Okay. Roll that d10 for me.
5. That would be dragonborn going down that list.
If you started at the top.
That's true. If I did,
Actually, no, that's 5.
That's 5
That is
either way.
Either way. So, as you sit here picking up this orb, and he is thumbing through this book, his like, and when I say book, I mean like this book is like a giant tome. So he's got it up and he is fully behind it, 100% not paying attention. to you.
That's okay.
And
He knows I like to pick shit up. Why was this on the first shelf?
You are the only one that just comes in and says, "Hey, Archmage, I'm going to start playing with your toys."
I'm sorry. He's an archmage with toys.
You pick up this branch to a tree that obviously it's not attached to a tree anymore. But it looks like it is still growing, like growing right in front of your eyes. This catches your attention.
Oh, that's cool.
So you pick it up. And as you're looking at it, you're just spinning it around. You kind of, as you are, because you're old, you kind of fumble it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you catch it. And for a moment, it just seems like it is just a tree. And then all of a sudden, all your pink energy is flowing out of you into this branch. And you start to feel a little different. As you start to feel a little taller.
Sweet.
You start to feel a little younger. You feel full shafted. But you also look at your hands and you realize that you got scales on them.
Are they pink?
Do you want them to be?
Iridescent pink.
Then you can make yourself a gem dragonborn, but you are going to have to go ahead and change your race to full-on dragonborn, sir.
Fuck, that's a whole other... Okay.
I will let you take your time to play with that.
I'll be doing that later.
Yep.
So what you're saying is that the fates have smiled upon his relationship with...
shit! Yeah!
And the familiar stays with me.
Dude, the dice fucking shows that shit. That's fucking great. I was going to say cat butthole withholding. That was a pretty good experience.
She likes everybody who watches the stream, apparently.
All right. So, and like, how do you react to this as you like look into one of the more reflective baubles and you realize like you are now a young man again too. You are like,
was this fairly silent? Did this happen silently? Please tell me it did.
Yes.
Good. I put the stick back.
Okay.
Exactly the way it was.
Yep.
And I'm just going to like turn and step back behind him where I once was before he turned to scroll through his tome-sized book of deities.
Okay. So you hear him sitting here like talking about Anvil Thane right? and Scarava, and then he finally sits here and he mentions Zoria, but he's like, but that's really just Lysandra, you know, like, but you know, like different regions, you know, with different names, like, you know, kind of like,
right,
thing.
Yeah.
But and then you know, really the last one, Oraculon is in here, but that's pretty much like, and then he kind of like looks up and he sees you.
Yeah, that's very true.
And he just like,
let's not talk about it. Don't. Yes, I've learned my lesson. We're not going to talk about it.
And he just kind of like doesn't say anything and just kind of like walks out of the room, like implying for you to follow, but like you just see him get this like. The 3 or 4 of us in this stream right now are dads. That just very dad look of you just really.
Yeah. I'm a turn, just hands behind my back.
Like
I'm gonna turn,
wanting to say something, but also like debate, like just realizing defeat of this, like, and just out the room.
Yeah, nah, I'm following. Just hands behind my back, like nothing. You know, just. I
don't know if it wears off.
I hope not. I'm full shafted again.
You weren't joking when you said that?
No, I was eaten by a shark, then a leviathan, and then saved. It was a long journey. Can I buy you
All
an
right.
ale?
Huh?
Can I buy you an ale?
Well, it's kind of free here, but, you know.
Good, I'll buy it then.
Sweet.
Perfect. I'll spend
Okay.
anything.
All right. Maybe ask before you touch anything else, maybe?
Yeah, trust me, that lesson's been learned. I got lucky this time. I'm not going to risk it next.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So what else are you looking for while you're here with this information that you have and now being turned into a fucking dragonborn?
Yeah, so now I'm going to look up how to be a dragonborn for dummies.
Breath weapon. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Thanks, Milkshake. I love you too. Don't need to bite my chin. On top of, I'm going to look for any information on the surrounding area in which the dictator of evil lives.
Uh,
The one who's trying to,
one?
the one who's the one who originally made it a decree that anyone who isn't like,
Oh, King Veldor?
yes,
Okay. So what specific information are you looking up for him?
just truthfully, just maps of the region, along with for the first thing, along with anything that might help us sneak about a little bit more without having to rely on Skip's friends.
Well, you, upon asking around and talking to the other mages, you will find out that, yeah, any of the kingdoms within the Gilded Dominion are just straight up dangerous right now because they are escalating. And sneaking there is something that you really don't want to do unless you have no other option.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm not human anymore.
You are not.
Fuck, I can't just walk around.
Oh no. So yeah, when you make this a different character, or if you're just gonna change it, keep like we'll walk through it. We'll make sure you get set up right. But
Ew, brother. Ew. I can't just walk around.
you touched the toy.
It was a toy. It was a growing tree branch that wasn't connected to anything. Absolutely. Not mad at my decision though.
I do like that the dice just said, "Hey, that one kindling romance that you got."
You're gonna put him down?
Yeah.
Okay.
He might cry.
That's fun. He has the like faintest cry in the world.
That laugh was fucking hilarious.
He does. Yeah, he does up until the point where you put him in the car seat, in which case he's dying all of a sudden.
That happens. All right. So, anything else that you're looking for in the Magi Consortium?
I'm gonna ask if I can keep the familiar.
Sure. Don't you have your own?
Yes.
Sure, I can get a new one. Sure.
Cool. No, that's it for me. Ooh,
Check your sleeping bag before you go in there. She likes to leave presents.
that's fine. That's okay. I sleep in a
It's really
bag.
not, but all right. So, all right. So with that, you leave. You do get a couple pings on your earring voicemails, so to speak, saying that you guys have a house, and then saying that they're heading to the Undercity Gross. So you head to KJ. What tavern did I say? Because I pay attention.
The Wayward Wanderer.
The Wayward Wanderer.
The Snuggly Duckling.
Nope, not that one. The Wayward Wanderer. So you make your way there, or are you? We're about to get a whole screen full of cat butthole. So what are you? So what are you doing?
Well, I think on my way there, not being too familiar with this body,
Yeah,
or anything.
you did notice your clothes did reshape themselves to fit you.
Oh, okay, so the robe I was wearing did get a little larger as well.
Yeah, it's just not as baggy as it was. And I will notice that you are not as buff as you used to be.
Oh, see, now I'm mad.
I mean, you're still a younger Dragonborn, so you're still like fit. You're just not like Mr. Like
I go look for gems on the way.
there are plenty.
I worked hard for that body.
Seriously, do you do anything on your way to?
Truthfully, all I'm gonna do is kind of get a feel for my new body. You know, where what would be the right word? Self, like
awareness.
Your circle, self-awareness. It was there, it just wasn't coming out. Just
body awareness is a thing.
It is. My son does not have that. He positional awareness. Yeah, no, he just steps on everything.
Yeah, and for a while when you're walking out there, yeah, you are definitely like running into people, like bumping into them because you're moving faster than you used to because you're not as old and you got a bigger gait. How tall were you as a human?
I was 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1".
6'1". Yeah.
You grew almost a foot. Like you're like 6'10". Like you're a big boy. I'm gonna have fun getting this character arc going.
Yes,
but
I'm gonna have fun building it.
Yes. But yeah, you definitely like, and you got sometime like as you're sitting there and you're like spinning around, you definitely like hit some people with your tail as you realize that you have a tail.
I have a tail.
You do have a tail.
Yo. It's over for whoever the hell gets in my way with that one.
All right. So you do kind of like awkwardly make your way, like very kind of like teenager after they hit their first major growth spurt type, like just kind of walking around feeling kind of awkward, a little self-conscious. Your body went through a lot of changes, and it's okay. It's perfectly unnatural when you touch a growing tree branch and decide to mess with it.
Look at the raccoon.
Just happy it turned out the way it did. Could have been a tiefling.
Could have been a gnome.
I'd be okay with the pointy hat. What's up, babe?
Look at the raccoon.
That is a raccoon pajama set.
Muting is a good thing. Anyway. So anyway. All right. So back at the Wayward Wanderer. Our three other adventurers are sitting there enjoying a meal, whatever meal suits your fancy. It is brought to you.
One question before you continue this arc. Above game is if I got younger, does do I still have that issue?
No.
Or is it something we
do feel a lot better at the moment? Because we don't know if it was your age or something else that was causing that.
I'm so happy.
There you go. So as you guys are enjoying your meal, you guys have called Riz. You got a note saying from Riz or somebody that claimed to be Riz. It didn't exactly sound like Riz. But you guys are sitting there just enjoying your meal, enjoying your drinks, whatever alcohol suits your fancy. I'd imagine that the dwarf is drinking some kind of grog or meat or something, and Echo seems like a wine drinker. Give that vibe.
Echo would totally be a cocktail individual.
How many drinks have you actually had, KJ?
None. I just feel like Echo would be a cocktail.
Echo definitely drinks Trulies.
They're just having margaritas.
Just straight margaritas. Nothing.
No, I
ever
think it would
bad.
be something. I think it would be something kind of tropical, something fruity.
That's
I
what
mean,
margaritas are pretty much
Margaritas
tropical.
are tropical and
I don't
fruity.
know, my dude. I don't drink.
They seem like the Sex on the Beach type.
I wouldn't know.
No, like the actual drink Sex on a Beach is
No,
legitimately.
I know it's a
They
drink.
fruity.
I know it's a
Like,
drink.
I
I
didn't
just
want to come
know.
across as creepy right there.
Either way,
Jesus.
I will know.
Yeah, I'm surprised Taylor didn't just like appear in one of the things. Like,
You
what did you
watch.
just say? Anyway,
Whenever I sit down, I just want to act just nonchalant, like I'm not different.
okay, so yeah, you guys are just sitting there eating, and all of a sudden, this extremely tall but still violently pink dragonborn just kind of comes and sits down right next to you.
Does the heartbeat sound the same?
No,
I get up and walk away.
it does not, because he is significantly larger.
Where you going?
What does he sound like? Like comparatively?
Voice probably a bit deeper.
Thump, thump, thump,
So
thump.
like familiar, but a lower register.
I would say, yeah, probably the words that he uses are fine. It has a slight emphasis on the S's now that he's a reptilian individual.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I would say with your powers of observation that yeah, you would at least notice a familiarity with like just the intonation and the cadence in which he talks.
As he sits down, Echo's just kind of like,
So what's up, guys?
Riz?
Yeah, what's up? Sorry about leaving you earlier. Big building looks super nice. I had to go in.
I know I'm not as astute as everyone else. Clearly, so much is different.
What are you talking about?
And like, Echo fixes you with a look that if they could make direct eye contact would be rather unsettling.
She's looking slightly to the left of my face.
Yeah, just slightly off.
What? I mean, I don't think there's, what's up?
I find it rather annoying that given I'm the one who can't see, cannot face what I'm certain is to be obvious to the rest of this group, but I can pick up other things. Your voice is lower, which is not normal for your timbre. Your speech pattern's the same, your heartbeat's different, your breath pattern's different, and your gait when you walk and pressure of your footfalls is also different. What,
Tell you what,
Reginald, has
I
happened?
don't think anyone's really ever stopped to think about how you perceive the world in front of you, but it is fantastic. I mean, you are able to just define everything about a person, and that's with your
Reginald,
your sense of smell and the feeling through your staff. Like, that is just phenomenal. I love it. You're doing great work, Echo. Keep it up, please.
Would you care?
I'm a Dragonborn now. We're not going to talk about it. Yes, I'll tell you how it happened later. I'm iridescent pink. Still loving it. Still got the robe. Oh, and Skip left the moment I sat down. So
No, I heard that.
are the
Trust me.
nuggets for everybody?
What is
I'm like really
Chip
hungry.
doing?
Chip is having an important conversation with a
Is that-
partner.
Got it.
Is the food for everybody? This changed. It's really hungry. I'm like super
Yeah.
hungry.
Go ahead. I guess.
Okay, in that case, Skip, what are you doing now that you walked away and seeing Echo converse with this individual? How is Skip responding?
I'm standing over by the bar, and I'm just like looking over like where everybody was sitting, and like just like
So, like, looking back at the table?
who the fuck is that?
Can I flag the hostess to get that man a cum shot?
What?
That's right. It would be called something different here. I don't know.
Maybe we don't
Specialty
say that
beverage.
on stream.
Specialty beverage.
I am. What?
On my earring, I'll hold my earring.
Who the fuck is that?
So as
It's an open
Skip
channel.
asked that, yep.
Yeah, I guess.
You.
I don't know.
While that is happening, while you are hearing that Echo, you hear Riz order a drink from a drow barmaid, and upon him saying what he said,
She slaps the piss out of him.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
oh shit, I'm not even fucking you, dude. That's a nat 20.
Hey, does my health go up with this, or does it stay the same? So
That will depend on when we build your character. You are gonna take a grand total of 2 bludgeoning damage because it's a crit. But
all right.
Echo, you hear a really loud thud on the floor as Riz got bitch slapped out of his chair.
Echo fully is not paying mind to that and is instead paying attention to the question that got asked because Echo, so much has happened, and
So
Echo just
very
wanted
much.
to have a quiet night where they could just be, have a nice meal, not have to worry about any of the impending shit that's been going on. And then this motherfucker shows up like this, and Echo's already grieving a ruined night of calm.
Oops.
And just back over the earring will respond to Skip's question. It appears that our wizard friend Riz has been through, I'm assuming, some kind of metamorphosis, change, transformation, what have you, that he says he will not. Sure. That he says he will not give us the full extent on the story until, I'm assuming, we are in a place less public.
I don't. Look, I'm not buying the whole fucking butterfly, fucking dragon, butterfly in the sky. I could fly twice as high. Bullshit. But ask him. Ask him if it's really Riz, then he would know. He would know the name of the inn that we stayed at in Warsaw. remember Smythe, the front desk clerk? That inn. So if he would know that inn name, if he knows that inn name, I will believe that it's him.
Dude, you're talking to a dude that does not take notes, and you're like,
Hold
"Hey,
on.
remember this one thing
Oh,
from a
I
month
did take
ago?"
notes. I just don't have my
In
notebook.
Warthron. We
Warthron.
stayed at an inn. We went to a tavern, and then we went.
Yeah.
And
With yeah,
Smythe.
I got your drift.
By the way, as you guys are doing this, Daniel, I'm in your character sheet right now, so just
I'm fucking with you.
I'm changing everything you have, regardless of what you want.
no. I am doing. I got you. Okay,
I got
I
you.
got you.
There is as I'm assuming Riz is trying to recover from being bitch slapped off his chair and having this conversation
I'm sitting up and
telepathically
apologizing to
with
the
Skip.
bartender.
I don't know that he can hear me. So
Yeah, you can totally hear the entire conversation because it's an open call.
I know. Yeah, I know. I just haven't
But I
touched
don't know
my
that.
head to my ear yet.
Echo will just kind of tap the staff a little bit and kind of, well,
Look,
Well.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been through a lot tonight. It's
I'm
kind
not
of
lying.
slipping my mind right now. I have
I
a
don't
whole
believe
new
it.
body. I just got slapped.
look, with my superior intelligence, I recalled this information, and I'm just saying it's something he would know. We stayed there, and something very important happened to him even there. We would know. Tell him to tell you the answer. Tell him right now.
I rolled a nat 20 to recall the name of that place.
dude. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna
Daniel,
see. I'm
check
gonna
it out.
see. Hold on.
I don't
not
care.
gonna-
That was
Daniel,
that's-
check your
that's-
message.
Daniel.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna throw you.
Throw you a bone.
I'm gonna throw you
a bone.
across this room.
I don't think I could. Taylor's character's family runs this inn.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Is this a different inn?
Yep.
That was not Warson.
No.
Fucking what?
Nope.
I not have this written down?
Nope.
This is wonderful.
Hold on. Let me go searching real fast.
There were two taverns?
Warson.
In there?
Yeah.
Warson.
But we specifically went and saw Smythe. Or that's how I spelled it anyway. S-M-I.
It was
Ah,
Smythe.
ha, 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 ha. I found it. The one that we stayed at? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
which one it is. Because
The
it was
inn.
giving postcard seaside vibes. I found it.
So now we are down 2 players because both of them are doing.
Where did he go?
I'm pretty sure, baby.
he got so
Fair enough.
confused.
I was just like, I totally moved to my
I
notes
caught
and
it.
he was there.
I caught
And then
him.
I moved and he was gone.
All right, I got up, got my goddamn notebook. Let's see if I
Yeah,
actually
because
took
in the
a bunch of
next-
notes.
And then I believe because that
Here
was,
at the Clockwork Nexus, we are fully prepared.
hey,
Always.
if you have it written down,
But-
it was on May 13th that we
Yeah,
went.
bro, don't even dare throw a date out
But
there.
here's
Oh,
what I'm
You
going to
think
do.
I- you
KJ, be
think I
ready for
hate
this.
Hey,
I'm going to
hey.
go ahead
Huh?
and say,
Okay.
let's take 5 minutes.
All right.
Little bio break. We'll be back in about 5. Let
rolled a
them
nat
get their
20. You're
notes.
telling me I
Maybe
can't
let
remember
maybe
anything?
let Daniel take care of the baby. Maybe Chip will be done with his conversation. I don't know. But let's be back in 5 minutes and see what's what.
See ya in 5.
welcome back to the shit show that is this episode. But hey, I'm having fun. You guys having fun? Good. Everybody's having fun. So Echo had led you guys to the Wandering Wayfarer in hopes of just having a quiet evening, nice dinner, nice drinks, the fruity kind with a little umbrella in it. Everything was going to be great. And then Riz happened. After visiting the Archmage, walking in an old human, walking out a young Dragonborn. And when I say young, by the way, I mean you're sitting there like 17, 18. Like, yeah. You're a kid.
Yo, can I at least be like
Yo.
25?
Nope.
Damn.
In fact, when you asked for the shot after getting bitch slapped, you got ID'd. Like, are you even old enough to be in here?
Just tell me I pull out my original ID that shows that I'm a human and like 100 and something thousand years old.
Oh, that'll go great.
I mean, well, I was 6.
No, they don't really ID in here because if you didn't, they would 100% be taking you in to the stockade for using a fake ID.
Is what it is, man. Is what it is at this point.
That will be a whole quest. Getting Riz an updated ID.
Getting Riz out of jail. Getting Riz ID. Figuring out how to fix his birth certificate.
This is wonderful. I am so happy.
His birth ID. Wait, if I completely change, does this mean I have my tattoos? The numbers?
You do not.
Do I still? I've still got my staff and everything, though, correct?
You do still have your staff.
Cool. Okay.
To which, by the way, my wife said, "Good job, dumbass."
Which part?
You playing around with Archmage toys? Like,
I don't care. Archmage
that's like the
toys.
kid picking up the gun saying, "Yeah, I should definitely play with this."
I didn't point it at myself. I fumbled.
That's better.
I shot the floor.
All
Okay.
right.
So the question to me was somewhere in Warson?
Yeah.
And I have come to the conclusion I need to pay more attention. However,
Yes.
within the mysterious realm of figuring it out, I'm just going to, or what I believe to be figuring it out. Let me clarify.
I got your roll and I sent you something.
I got nothing. Not from you. Ah, it's underneath that. Yes.
There you go.
I'm going to hold my ear and just say over the open mic, the Seafarer's Haven.
Insight check.
That's wonderful.
14.
All right. What are you insight checking? Just
What is going on? Somebody say something.
I'm
mean-
just trying to figure out. He maybe he's a doppelganger, and he didn't really doppelgang well. It just kind of went left, and so he still has some memories of somebody. But okay, I'll give you one more question.
shoot.
What was the name of the ship that you fell off in the ocean, and you met a devious, like something happened to your wiener? What was the name of the ship?
Jesus. Does anybody have that in their notes?
My wiener was bitten off of by a shark, and I was eaten by a leviathan, saved by Estrella. However, the ship's name, just give me a minute. Hang on. That one's a mystery.
Well, it's a mystery to me too, because I don't fucking know.
I wasn't here for that session, so I don't have that.
I'm pretty sure.
AJ, the wonderful thing about these is that they're on the internet and you can go back and watch them to remember things or find out what happened
before we started streaming.
Shit.
This was before the loss of the video.
Oh, actually, I
bring that up.
Actually, I do know the name of the video. I mean, the name of the ship.
The video was Here We Go Again.
It was not the Golden Queen, but it was the Silver.
Definitely not
Duchess.
the Silver Dollar.
Silver Duchess.
Yes.
God.
Silverfish.
Silverfish. Those are nasty little things that crawl out of your ceiling. Anywho.
What's weird is I have good notes for random things. Not even like, I guess, decent things.
Okay. Enough of this. I'm sure that the audience, the people in the bar are like not really paying attention to us right now. So let's make some.
How much of that did you get while you were gone?
Huh?
I'm asking Matt how much he got of that, of what has transpired in his absence.
0. I came back and I heard the very first thing that I heard was Skip saying that we got on a ship and then your dick got bitten off by a shark.
Yep. So, to reiterate,
this fucking pink ass dragonborn just
Echo
sat
led you guys to the Wandering Wayfarer with the sincerest of hopes of just having a nice, quiet night, a good meal, good drinks, good conversation. Everything was just set to be great. Let's talk about the haunted house with Big Demon Daddy in the basement. Let's just, nice evening. And in walks your wizard, no longer an old, buffed-out human, but a young, scrawny-looking, very tall,
That's not what you said before.
flaming pink dragonborn.
I didn't know they came in pink.
Everything comes in. Never mind.
There have been so many innuendos made this session.
Anywho.
So is that where we're picking up? Is that he just walked in?
No.
No. So
No, there was a whole Echo scrutinizing this motherfucker because what the fuck happened to you?
him
She
ordering a
can't see
very
me, so-
inappropriate shot and getting bitch slapped by the drow barmaid. Like
Yeah,
bitch
my
slapped
cheeks-
out of his chair.
My cheek still hurts. I'm solidly just like rubbing it.
Right, so that might prove that it's Riz.
So you guys take it away. Have your conversation. Do your thing.
I'm just look, Skip. You can believe it's me. You cannot believe it's me. It's up to you.
You will owe us an explanation. Though.
I'm gonna
I have
walk.
no problem with that, but it's not a here thing. It's a later thing.
I'll walk up to where we were sitting, but I won't sit down. I'm gonna grab a piece of ham or meat, whatever was there that I had, and kind of nibble on it, and just staring like with my beady little rat eyes at the dragonborn.
Does Hammy know what's going on, or is Hammy saying this for the first time too?
Oh,
Amy has no idea. Like, you just walked up. I mean, I'll say it this way. Like, as Amy crawls out of Chip's armor and sees you, right. Why has the old man been fucking with magic?
This is actually a good point. Chip looks at him and just goes, "The fuck did you do?"
I didn't do shite. I was in your armor. By
gotta
the way,
say,
I need more pistachios.
This is next level for you. I mean, usually you just
I
shit in
didn't
someone's
do
shoes.
that. I can't change who somebody is.
Do I hear the
Actually,
squeaks?
Very big of you. Just let people live their truth. Good for you, Henry.
I
In
mean,
2024.
trust me. If
Like,
I would be able to do that, fuck me, would I be doing that like all the time? But I can't. So I would have made you a chick so many times. It would have been great.
that's a whole different
At like
section
the
of
most
transition that we
inopportune
don't need.
moments.
Do I hear the squeaking and the talking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look over and be like, hey, like just to mess with Skip just a little bit more. Be like, hey, this is his doing. Thanks, bro.
Well, I mean, honestly, you don't even know who the fuck you are. So how are we supposed to know who the fuck you are if you don't explain something to us every fucking once in a while?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know who I am.
I'll spit out a large chunk of meat on the floor, like a fatty piece.
Just here, go ahead and get your eyeful. I mean, I'll gladly give you an explanation, but it'll have to be later. I don't really want to go about it here in public.
Make a wisdom save.
Me?
Yep.
Haha.
Disadvantage.
I just fucking killed you. I just fucking killed
Can we
you.
please, for one night,
Nope.
have a normal, calm evening?
Nope.
How can we have a normal conversation? This dude's fucking bright pink. He's never going to be able to hide anywhere.
To be fair, he was always bright pink.
No, he just had bright pink hair, and he like covered it up
not.
with his little hoodie.
Okay.
14.
14.
His pack sun hoodie.
Still.
I still have a hoodie on.
Still.
You got a big ass fucking
and
giant
you get suddenly compelled to share the story.
Ha 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 ha.
And at this point, Chip, you do see Hemi's eyes are kind of glowing the familiar red.
We're all fucked.
I'll let it play out before I do anything.
Where the fuck am I missing a die? Okay. Cool. I'll just pull it from somewhere else. Look, if you want to get all the looks you want to. So I was in an Archmage office. I started asking
Riz.
When I started messing around
You're
with a
going
bunch
to
of stuff,
share this maybe
I picked up a tree.
over the
When I
earrings?
picked up a tree,
Maybe?
I fumbled.
He has
When I
to share it.
fumbled, all of a sudden, I changed, but I
You
didn't know
picked
what
up
I
a
changed
tree.
into. It was growing. I couldn't help myself. It was
You
growing,
picked up
but
a tree.
unattached to anything. It was a tree branch
You
on a
picked
shelf.
up a tree branch. You picked
Yes.
up a fucking tree branch. I told you the fucking trees are bad. I have been not been. Look, with
With
all due respect.
To be fair, he picked up a tree branch in an Archmage's office.
Well, I'll be really honest with you. I was hoping there was a dodecahedron in there, but anyway.
I feel like you've been watching that play, like, what is it? Like,
that's where they're at right now. They got
Epic
it.
Tumble, I think it's called. Like, I think you've been watching it too much. You know, it's that like weekly episodic play that they put on, like, and really the actors are way too good to be doing the parts that they're doing, but you know, they do it anyway. And then they do everything really loosely based off the rules of this one game.
I don't know. I think it's rather entertaining.
I mean, it is, but still.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and see the rest of the play once we get to the mainland because I got tickets.
We're in the mainland.
Oh, well, once we get to the island that it's on, then.
You have no idea where it is, do you?
I have fucking no clue.
Okay.
After I dropped the tree branch, I picked it back up and put it back on the shelf, hoping nothing had happened.
Riz,
Then I realized something had happened.
Riz, Riz, with my superior intellect, I'm struggling to believe you. But for the sake of Echo's like
This is just shapes what hand. You want to have a go?
whatever. I can't even
Somebody
find the words.
can
I'm so
mute your mic,
flumbergasted.
please.
But for the sake of Echo, let's just sit down and have a nice meal. But if it's okay with you, can you sit on the other side? Because I don't want to sit next to you.
To be
You
fair,
smell.
this does actually track for Riz.
You smell.
How can I smell like a newborn baby? What are you talking about? I'm fresh. I'm brand new.
No, you smell
You
like the
don't
dragon's
smell
ass.
like what you think you smell like. I will say that.
You smell like you need to have your glands expelled. Like they do on dogs. They go and it comes out.
Was this originally Skip's chair?
Yes.
It was
I'm
sitting
going to scooch my ass across the chair to stand up like a dog would when his glands need to be expelled, and then I'm going to stand up and walk on to the other side of the table.
I flipped the chair around and sit in it anyway.
That's okay. I had diarrhea yesterday, so. Oh, you weren't here for that part.
I can still speak Celestial. I can still do everything that I used to be able to do, correct? For now.
Should be.
I'm going to I don't know. Is anyone sitting next to Echo? My assumption was it was Skip, Echo, Chip, and then that was it.
Yeah, it's just this.
So yeah, I guess I'll sit on the other side over there next to Echo if that's okay, and I'll just like kind of whisper in a loud enough tone where they can hear me, but just quiet enough to where you'd have to really be trying. But in Celestial, just ask, what do you mean by I don't smell like I think I smell?
Well, each of you has your own sense, a way that I am more easily able to identify each of you. And yours is different. Which is expected, I guess, given the circumstances, but whatever you think you might smell like, it's not what you actually smell like.
Bad or good?
Those are
Taking
such
too long to answer that.
specific words. I can never describe a smell as truly bad or good, just...
Okay. The smell coming off of him is 100% teenage dude.
Oh, that would be roast beef in a burlap sack.
I was going to
Depends
say,
on where
like,
you're from. Depends on where you're from, because that's not what teenage boys are like here.
B.O.,
There, it's nothing but
a
potatoes.
little bit of shame, all covered in copious amounts of Axe body spray.
What kind of dragonborn is he?
He is flaming pink.
No, like what kind?
He is going to be amethyst.
Okay. Echo, like part of the trepidation in answering, well, most other people would attribute your current smell to that of being bad, but for me, it's just an identifier. I mean, sure, some are more unpleasant, but that's just how the world is. You used to smell like old book pages and herbs.
Pocket lint.
Well traveled, kind of
Everything.
musty in a sense. Now it's more pungent.
That is such a nice way to say it. That is like the nicest way to say, dude, you fucking stink.
It's an interesting one because you have this earthy smell about you, but in the way that a mining cave does after a long day of work.
Is okay, like above game, is Echo just trying to really politely be like, dude, you fucking stink like a gym slut?
No, it's really Echo's way of trying to explain what he smells like without trying to be super offensive about it. Because to Echo, yes, there is the distinction of like good and bad, but like really truly for Echo, it's just identifiers. And so it's just
That's fair.
trying to ascertain the best way to explain to him what he smells like.
Don't worry, because you said that he smells like, something about mining and stuff like that. And as a dwarf, Chip's got this. He's going to turn to Echo, just go, oh, so you're saying that he smells like dirt and dwarven BO?
I mean, I guess.
And at that, you, Chip, see a bunch of dwarves like giving Echo a side eye.
7 of them.
Like they fucking say that we fucking stink now. That seems like a gross generalization.
Chip's
I
gonna,
would
lean
like
back
to
in his
point
chair.
out and would like throw out to them. I would like to point out I was literally just saying I do not identify smells as good or bad. Just identify.
You're
as
still saying we all smell the same. Racist.
Chip's
I
gonna put a
literally
hand-
was not.
Chip's gonna put a hand on Echo's shoulder and was like, I got this. And he's gonna lean back in his chair, looking at all the dwarves and be like, oh, you all know that you fucking smell like shite, you wee shit.
Yeah.
The nonchalance.
Racist. I gotta go dig a hole.
I am the last person that would be racist.
The racist always says.
I'm a fucking changeling. How am I racist?
This seems like
It's a
such a
racist.
legitimate conversation to have in D&D.
I'm a changeling. How can I be racist? That's just a racist comment. Changeling.
I mean, minorly, yeah, totally, but like,
This is wonderful.
Wow, KJ.
Meanwhile, on tonight's episode of Can a Changeling Be Racist?
I sent you a telepathic message to be answered by the gods, but I'm not sure if the gods answered my telepathic message yet with my immense intelligence.
You're 4?
There you go.
Breathe, KJ. Breathe.
Did we break KJ by calling her a racist?
I think they actually spit out their drink.
Yeah, I think that
Like-
I need them to do a spit take. Either that or they're choking.
I can't make the
Nope.
jokes I usually would because a tailor will appear out of nowhere and slap me.
They're
alive,
already-
there's tears in their eyes.
they're already in the
They're
chat.
oh,
Might as
100%
well.
was a spit take, you guys.
spit take. Yes.
It's totally everywhere.
Yay! We got KJ to do a spit take.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I'm so glad that you did.
I won't say anything that will upset a tailor and get me yelled at.
Mommy.
Anyway,
Well, I've got some things to do. If individuals that aren't bright pink want to help, we can go do them real quick.
The only bright pink you can see on me is the
Chip's
front
mom?
portion of my face.
And your hands.
And your bulge.
Well, thanks for noticing.
I see you got a nice bulge. Oh, that's your tail. Never mind.
Do you have a tail?
he does
Are you
have
trying to tuck your tail?
So that being said, do you not have a tail hole? Like, was
A
the
tail
rip in
hole.
your pants?
I pull out
That's
one of my
the rope.
woodworking. I pull out one of my woodworking tools, a small knife that kind of looks like beaver's front teeth.
I can make a hole real quick if you want me to.
All good.
Okay.
All good. Not right now. Not right now. Maybe later, but not right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna take a couple extra pieces of meat with me. I'm gonna take one of them and put it under this arm, and the other one I'm gonna put under this arm, like I'm trying to throw off Echo's scent ability.
That's not. All right.
So Skip is just saying, "Fuck Echo's nice dinner. I'm dipping the fuck out."
Well, I want to have a nice dinner with
Echo-
you, Echo. I really appreciate who you are and who you've come to be. But with my superior intelligence, I'm feeling like Chip's getting really sleepy and he probably wants to go to bed soon.
I'm actually
Okay,
going to make
where
this
did all
lot
of
work.
this superior intelligence comments come from? Because
Chip is-
before
yeah.
I became a
Well,
dragonborn,
He got that little trinket that
Don't
he's
you
wearing
see my
on his
forehead?
head.
I got this cool like bandana. It's hidden right. Look,
Oh,
it's like a little crown, and it gives me superior intelligence. I'm really, really smart right now. I'm intelligent.
keep it up. It
I-
looks good on you.
Well, I mean, I could be. I wanted because I was going to talk to you because remember we were supposed to talk. We had this conversation like I don't know, like May 14th, but you weren't here then. And I really was thinking about like if you could teach me some of your cool wizardy shit. And then you started going like all like left field on us and like we don't know who you are. And then you scared the fucking living bejesus out of me. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna be friends with Echo. Fuck that guy.
At which point did I scare the bejesus out of you?
Well, I have 3, 7, 9. I have 6 points that I'd like to make to you. Number 1, we don't know who you are, and you're not letting us in a calm, pleasant voice. We're a little skeptical about who you are, where you've been, and why you are. We do know why you turned pink on the head, but now you're a fucking dragonborn. And then Echo says you smell funny.
I'm going to take this a step further with something that I know about Dragonborns that I absolutely love. So Chip's just going to smirk, look up at Riz and just go, "Hey Riz, high five." No, I said a high five.
You don't have 5 fingers, dipshit.
You have 3.
4.
4.
I got 3 digits in the thumb.
3 and a thumb.
We love you, Riz.
Perma shocker? Anyway.
Burma shock.
Shocking grasp.
Right
Anyway.
now.
I'm just gonna like do the whole like, oh, I hate you.
And then I go like this back. Cool, bro.
Daniel, check your messages and pick one.
Yeah, I
Number
was looking
7.
through them.
Number
Okay.
7. Well, if Marion
Number
was
7?
here, I'm sure that Marion would have a lot of questions for you because this is really weird. But Marion's not here. But I'm probably gonna go with plan C4 tonight. Just let me know where you're sleeping.
Wow. Wow. This is wonderful.
I'm gonna be safe and cozy. That's all I'm saying.
I've got to run an errand. We got to run an errand before Chip goes to sleep. It's important.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Echo is staying at this table and finishing Echo's dinner.
Does Echo
was
tell
gonna say-
everybody else to sit the fuck down because you're having?
No,
Do
Echo
they go
doesn't
mom
care.
mode? Like you are sitting
Echo-
down and we are having a
No.
nice fucking dinner.
So what happens is all of them are like doing this. Echo's just sitting there,
Don't make me pull this
Continuing to
carriage
eat.
over.
and they can do whatever they want. Echo's not leaving this table until Echo has finished their dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Echo because they said clearly that they wanted to have a nice, relaxing evening, and I'm not gonna mess that up more than I already have. So I'm not moving.
How long are you going to be here for?
Until Echo finishes.
I'm going to finish my meal, maybe have a drink or two, and then I am headed back to the estate. And I will show Riz because he's not aware of where we are located right now.
Oh,
You can meet me there.
Take him to the wine cellar.
Skip.
We got a new
just saying.
place.
I'll show you when we get there.
Skip, I just want you to know that every time you ask Echo how long it's going to take them, they add another course to their meal.
I'll add dessert and snacks and more drinks.
That's like a 17 fucking course meal.
You're right. You're shite right.
Shite right.
I gotta run an errand.
Then go run your errand.
You notice a lack of hammy.
Lack of hammy. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
More terrifying words have never been uttered.
Seriously.
And for the briefest of moments, you see the ethereal outline of Hammy in his true form upon mentioning the basement. And you see him reaching for Riz as he kind of reaches over his shoulder and he just grabs him like right on the chest. Riz, your whole body is racked in pain as you feel something cutting into your bones for the briefest of moments. And by the time you realize what's happening, like your whole body kind of like seizes up for just like I said, half of a second. And then you're just sitting there.
Do we notice this?
If you guys were looking at him, you guys would have seen this flash, this moment.
I've had my little beady eyes on him for a while.
Then yeah, you would have seen the same flash that Chip did.
Hey, are you okay?
I guess I'll be like rubbing my chest and just be like a quick deep breath to make sure it's not like something wrong, you know, and just be like,
what's wrong?
I guess. Ow. I don't know.
You feel every one of your bones hurting at this moment. Like just
it's everything.
Every single bone in your body. Including all the vertebrae going down your tail.
Ow.
Can you describe it?
Isn't that connected to my spine like a cat?
Probably.
Isn't that like part of my spine? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be. I guess because it hurts everywhere, I'm gonna be in pain. I don't know. Everything hurts excruciatingly right now.
Didn't that just happen to somebody else just a little while ago when we were in the manor?
It happened to me.
That was my intelligence thinking of that. I knew it happened to somebody else.
Chip, you say that there was a ward that was being put on us?
Right. Yeah, welcome to the party, pal.
Great. Just what I need.
All right, so Skip, there's something that you're doing, an errand you want to run before we get back to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna maitre d, waitress. Can you make sure that my friend Echo here enjoys the rest of the 13 courses that she has left? And then you
want me to bring them 13 courses.
Yeah, and then 14 doggy bags. And then make sure they get the what's that one thing that they get sometimes? Like it's dessert. It's like the lava cake dessert, but it's not real lava. It's not like fire. It's like you heat up a chocolate thingy, and then like the outside's like a cakey thing, and then when you cut it, it like pours out.
Of course.
Yeah, but not too hot because I don't want. because if Echo gets their tongue burned, then they might not be able to discriminate against who is who in the group. I don't know if it works that way, but it might. Maybe if she licked somebody,
if they burn their tongue, then they might not be able to tell who you are.
Well, maybe. I don't know how it works. I know that, like, if people don't have, like, taste on their tongue, and then
Can I hear this conversation happening?
I'm very vocal with every goddamn thing I say, Echo.
No, that's so valid. Echo just from the table's like, you only have to bring me what I ask for. Do not pay heed to his requests.
Okay, well, I'm extra hungry, and I like to eat in bed. Can you bring me a side of beef?
Are you giving the waitress any gold as you tell her this?
Oh, I thought this was free eat night
at
Wayfarer's Bauble. I don't know.
Everybody missed that MTG joke? Come on. The Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yeah, it's just something to go, and then you could just, if you don't mind, give it to Echo, because that guy, the pink guy, he slipped some like milk or dairy products into my food last night, and it made me have the shits. But just give it to Echo.
So he likes to slip things in people's drinks now too, does he?
Yeah,
no, I wasn't even with him last night.
He doesn't have an ID.
Who's paying for this is all I need to know.
I
would like to hand her money. I'm just going to hand her the gold required.
I would assume when we got into town, because I've been keeping track of the group resources, that Echo probably is carrying most of them.
Well, hang on, because Skip just brought up an interesting question that Reznald doesn't have ID. Now, I know that we don't have, like, any sort of, like, actual pocket, driver's license or anything like that, but we were all tagged, and now his form has changed. Is he still
I'm not tagged anymore. Nope.
He's not.
I already asked that question.
Wait, you asked what?
No, he already asked about having his
tattoo.
Oh,
tattoo.
Yes, your tattoo is gone. So is all your spellcasting tattoos, but
he's got a stick.
He does have his dick.
No, a stick.
Oh, okay.
Stick S. Now, what your mind is?
Hey, Riz.
I like how I gotta go do an errand. Oh, question about his dick? Hey.
Is it like an innie? Cause like reptiles have innies. They don't it doesn't come out. It's like there's the cloaca. And then there's like a little flap, and then you can measure how long it is if you pull up the flap and you put this little, it's like a little piece of metal with a ball on it, and then you like hold it.
Skip. I went from Archmage office to here. When would I have had a chance to look?
Okay,
Bro,
I gotta be 100% honest. In that situation, that's like one of the first things I'm looking at.
Oh,
like
yeah. I definitely checked to see if it was there.
Yeah, with my massive intelligence, I'm just saying, if my dick got cut off and then I got transformed into something else, I'm checking out if I'm a girl or a guy again, because I mean the benefits could be like awesome.
This needs to be stated. But if I had a nickel for every single time that a cloaca was mentioned during a D&D game that I was in, I would have 2 nickels, which is not
it's not that it happened twice.
Where'd your balloons come from?
It's the thing that Victor did. It's the thing that Victor did.
I'm on an apple. I forgot. Hang on. Wait. Where is it?
Oh.
Thumbs up. The thumbs up.
It's the this.
Well, this is the balloons. Do it again. There it is. Balloons.
He flips it off.
That's a really good trick.
I think it was like this that Victor did, that it was like fireworks in the background. I don't remember.
Yay!
I want that.
All right. Anyway, so
starts doing streams on Apple products.
There we go.
Nope.
There we
I
go.
doesn't do that.
Okay.
I'm not a magic
I'll
user.
do
Yeah.
that.
What
You
is
have to
this
see a magic
errand that you are trying to accomplish? What are you doing? Let's get
Well,
something done for Skip.
I don't want to tell anybody.
Okay, so leave.
I'm out of character.
Mhm.
I'm going to go into the slum district,
Okay.
and I'm going to go to 11 different houses that I identify as being poorer houses.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop off in little bags.
Mhm.
But I have 20 something of them, little bags, and then I have the deck of cards. I'm
Yep.
going to put a jesting jack playing card in each one of the bags with 10 gold pieces, and I'm going to take them to 11 different locations
Okay.
and put them next to the door, like in the door crack or something like that. So when somebody opens a door, they would see it.
Okay.
Um,
So you do this, and it is not hard to identify 11 different houses. You see some houses look more, to be honest, like crack houses. Like they look very not good. But then you do see some that are they are families that are just destitute and struggling. So yeah, you identify 11 of them and you put them there. Give me a perception check as you're doing this.
oh. 13?
13?
No, wait, perception. I'm sorry, I rolled accidentally for something else. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Let me take this. Hold on. Normal. Perception.
Yep.
Sorry. I
Oh, good.
don't know why it's.
Can I trust you?
Okay, hold on. It's probably going to roll 2 dice. Why does it want to roll 2 dice? It's just normal. Oh, that's why. That's why. Gotcha. Okay, here we go. How about a 15?
15. That's enough. That as you look high up amongst the rooftops of the slums that reach up into the kind of under part of this cavern type area that you're in, this undercity, you see a glint of gold, and you see a guy that is up there wearing a cloak that you, from this far, you recognize hearts on it, and you recognize the golden mask.
Hi, Glimmer.
And you see that he is watching you do this, and as you look up at him, he just kind of looks at you, and he's wearing this very wide brim hat, and he just kind of takes it off and kind of like bows to you, and then he just vanishes into the shadows. So it seems that you have been recognized for your deeds,
Okay.
and upholding the jesting jack ways.
And then I come back.
Okay. So you come back to Riz getting like shouted out for apparently doping people's drinks and slipping stuff into their drinks. And why would you give your little rattling friend dairy when you know he's not, he's lactose intolerant? Like he is getting shouted out by at least 4 different women.
I'm just leaning back, like the whole "there's nothing I can do, I'm not going to say anything," like I'm letting Echo have her totally chill dinner because that's what they want to do.
They do eventually shut up and go about their way, and you guys are allowed to have any dinner conversation if you guys want to have it.
All of the conversations Echo wants to have, Echo has the decency to wait until they are in private company.
Okay.
Oh, then maybe we should go back to the manor, and then tomorrow.
Echo said that Echo would meet you guys back at the estate.
Oh, well, then
No.
I just walk back to the manor. I go get my doggy bag and then go back to the manor.
You go back, and there are many bags being brought out because somebody ordered an additional 13 courses.
Fuck yeah, I'm eating like king tonight.
Yeah, you guys got like most of an actual side of beef. You guys got like pork ribs. You guys have prime rib. You guys have like pulled pork. You guys have rotisserie chickens. Like you guys are just having everything brought out to you.
Chip,
And
did you ever assign us rooms? Okay. Sorry, Brian.
it's all good. As all of this food is being placed on the table, Echo, you're getting nervous. Because there's a cost to go with all of this.
Well,
So
if I'm back, I wouldn't have left without giving them money for food, whatever my part would be. I mean, I don't care. I just have to take all the money off of for anyway. So if you just tell me how much it is, I'll just take it off my goals.
Okay, so the food cost is... I got to get out the big boy. Is a grand total of 138 gold.
Okay. 138 plus 111 is 248. Unless we want to use the money from the our party fund.
Daniel, did you pick one, by the way?
I was about to actually ask you a question.
I'll leave a 2 gold tip.
All right.
And
what's the question?
Okay. I paid for it. I just paid for everything.
Okay. Riz, what's the question?
I was just gonna message it.
Okay, message me the question. Okay, so your bill is paid up. Echo, how much were you drinking?
Not much. Echo is very sensible. I think Echo maybe had 2 alcoholic drinks. The rest would have just been water.
All right. To your question, Daniel, no. Dragonborns cannot have facial hair. They can have facial spiky things, but not really facial hair.
I got a disguise kit.
How can you teach you without the proper attire?
Well, when I do my monthly shaving, I usually save it in a plastic bag, and then I could use it later for something.
That is resourcefully odd.
Well, yeah, because sometimes it like clumps together.
All right. Well, Daniel, you can apply whichever one. I have updated your character sheet so you can reopen that, and you are now a full-on Dragonborn with extra stuff you can do.
How tall is he?
Send it to me.
6'11". I'm not going to send it to you. I updated your character sheet.
Dude, can I ride on your tail?
Do I need to? Sure.
You just close it and open it back up.
If you're on a web browser, you could also just refresh the page.
That's what I just did.
Thing.
Yeah. Oh God! Now I've got to go through and do things.
Don't burp on me. If you burp on me, you might fry my hair off.
No, funny thing is because he's an amethyst Dragonborn, his breath weapon does force damage.
Oh, you might push me away.
Oh, did you reset my strength?
Yep.
I could jump in the air, and then you could use your force ability and push me like really high up in the sky.
It went somewhere else, Daniel. You're fine. But I said you are now a scrawny ass teenage Dragonborn.
You said I wasn't as buff, but I was still strong. That was your first statement, to be clear.
If you want, I can set it to like 8.
I'm thinking I like where it's at.
All right.
If we're going to play that game.
It has been set to 6. You now must go to the gym. Roll for gains.
Deal.
Chip, are you
Anyway.
gonna assign us rooms when we get there?
Okay, so yes, back
No
in it.
adults.
Huh?
You guys go back to the manor. Riz, for the first time, you are seeing that you guys are walking into the rich part of the neighborhood.
I'm just gonna look at Echo and say, "Oh God, what did you do?"
The entire time they've been walking, because Echo would probably be walking a little slower than everyone else, just to kind of give you a tour of where you're at and what's happening, because Echo knows a little bit more about the city. So giving you like a half-hearted tour as they're going, just so you know the area that you're walking in.
Is Skip riding on my tail?
No, I'll just walk because I gotta carry all these fucking bags, and I look like a fucking Uber, like like a
Uber Eats delivery guy.
driver with like 17 fucking bags trying to make it to the front fucking door.
As a delivery driver, I've been here before.
hoping that I don't spill my drink.
Because of that one asshole that has to order a fucking drink.
I don't know what happened to it. I took a few sips and
Dude, I spilled it. My bad. Anyway. So yeah, you guys walk up to the manor house. And as you guys are walking up past the fountain, Chip, as you look down into the water, you again swear that you see that reflection of that figure that was welcoming you in the basement, that just kind of sits there. But this time you swear you hear, "Welcome home."
Where is
Chip stops in his tracks.
What are you fucking stopping out here for? We're almost there.
Hammy's back. Hi, Hammy.
in rattling.
What's up,
Hammy,
bruh?
Hammy, I got a bunch of fucking pulled pork and some ribs. I'm gonna make a nest. If Chip gives me a room, I'm gonna make a nest and then put them all in there, and then I'm just gonna be able to sleep. And then if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll just roll over and just eat some food and then roll back over.
That's living the fucking dream.
Oh fuck!
First, we got to get this asshole to step in the door. Why have you fucking stopped?
I forgot
fucking
barbecue sauce.
If it's good pulled pork, you don't need barbecue anyway. So you, Chip, 1 foot in front of the other. Here we go.
I told you 3 fucking times.
What?
You know damn well why I stopped.
No, I don't. You haven't fucking said anything. And if you
You're
have, that lovely gentleman was talking.
Well, it's not my fault that he's fantasizing about pulled pork nests.
Aren't you?
No,
Oh.
we're worried about whatever the fuck is in the basement. That's apparently not just in the basement.
And you see Hammy look very serious, and he looks around. Like, he looks like he is pulling off a radar move right here. And he's like, there's nothing here.
There was.
Where?
He's gonna point at the fountain, and then he's gonna say, "Earlier, I saw the shadow on the wall in the office."
Look, I've warded this place up and down. Every one of the studs is fucking warded. The gates are warded. You are warded in your very fucking bones. If you're still seeing shit, it's in your head, mate.
Is that
Maybe
literal
instead
or
of keeping it
figurative?
all in, you should talk to your friends about what happened instead of just leaving it all in. Maybe they can help you through it. You went through a traumatic event. I don't mean just telling them what happened. I mean, talk about your feelings, mate.
Yeah, I'm fucking scared shitless.
Okay, I know that. Because I am quite obviously the best friend you've ever had. You're welcome.
Sure.
But maybe you should tell somebody that's not a fucking rat. No offense, he says to Skip.
But you're not a fucking rat.
You need to be open and loving with your emotions to other people. Open up, talk to them about it. You're going to have to deal with it someday.
The awkwardness of being in the opening of this house, people standing halfway in motion, trying to figure out what Chip's doing, as he just... The demon in the basement made me scared, and I guess I'm seeing him on the walls and in the fountain.
I'm proud of you, bud. And your beard gets like a hug from the rat. Does anybody respond to Chip?
Was he saying that out loud with
Yes,
everyone?
100% out loud. He was told, hey, be open with your feelings and stuff, so he just bluntly threw it out there for whoever's going to catch it.
But Hammy speaks in rattling.
But Chip speaks common.
I think I just woke up and give you a hug. Might as well.
You're cold.
Sorry, it's new to me. I'll get a hang of it.
Okay. Perhaps go bask in the sun a little bit.
Yeah, and take a shower. I'm figuring it out.
I think for the second time in 24 hours, Echo, not say anything, just puts a hand on Chip's shoulder.
Chip breaks down crying. No, I'm kidding.
The emotional conflict within you.
How does Chip respond to Echo's hug? Or hand on shoulder, I should say.
Hand on shoulder.
Yeah. Which for her is a hug.
Onto you.
Them, sorry.
He's just going to kind of like nod and take a deep breath and go, I do appreciate the sentiment. I really do. But if I could stop fucking seeing demons, and anybody have any ideas about that, perhaps?
Well, I am not a person of clerical prestige. But if it makes you feel better, I can always ask around to the people that I know.
Right. Because it's kind of a shit deal getting a nice, big, fancy estate for free. And, I mean, I'd take termites
For
over
free?
demon altars. Yeah, I mean, you have to pay we have to pay taxes on it, but
I think on the walk here, Echo
I'll just say
explained
for
the situation with the in-stake. So Echo would have explained to Riz that with the meeting that happened after everything that had been found out about Chip and his time with the whole ship wrecking, but taking it out because it was full of people from the other side of this war, and all that being confirmed and whatnot, that he was fully pardoned and given this estate that we still have to pay taxes on and things, and its upkeep we're responsible for, but
because capitalism.
Capitalism. And you guys did sign your name, so I might have to add another level of warlock to Chip. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
In blood.
I'm supposed to take a ranger level next. I'm just kidding.
We're still level 5, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a matter of giving Chip competing patrons would be amusing.
I was just wondering, while we're standing here on the veranda, do we have any plans of what we're gonna do next?
I have a couple of conversations I want to have with people to check in with some of my people, which might indicate where my journey will take me next. But as for us as a group, I don't know.
Because when we were walking in, I saw this board and it had like a couple signs on it, said like adventurers wanted. Is there 6, 7 people who want to go out and scare the boogeyman? There was one that said dishwashers needed. There was another one on there that said guys needed, girls needed, them days needed to get the cart from point A to point B. There was a bunch of stuff we could do.
Well, there's a contact I need to chat with that. You'll have to remind me. My mentor before, like, the last time that we had correspondence had told me.
Yep.
What's his
He
name?
had told you a name.
Guardian Whitrick Whisperstep.
Yep. What about him?
I was supposed to get in contact with him to talk to him.
Indeed. But
Was I
seeing as
told
how right now it is like
me?
10:30 at night.
No, for sure. But like in it for me, the player, I wrote down the name, but I don't remember if I was told where he's at or why I needed to talk to him.
You were told that he might have work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that he might have information. And you know that pretty much at every major city, you guys have an outpost of some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Osatona is one of the capitals, so you definitely have a full-on outpost, which is why there's a guardian there.
For sure.
Some of them, it might be like just somebody like watching like a safe house for you guys to crash in, but this one, no, it's a full-on.
No, it's a full one.
Full-on.
I've been here before.
Hub, yeah.
So, like, they might have stuff for us to do, because my ass is gonna get tired just hanging out in this manor, especially with the ghosts in it.
I need to touch base anyways because I need to finish the original mission I was sent on, which is to get word back to Chip's family of his well-being. From there, I was told to reconnect with this man because he might have something for me, whether it be another mission or information on some of what we have been able to uncover. But it's high likely that they might have something for us. I have to touch base regardless.
Mr. Chip. Out of curiosity, and absolutely not at all an ominous question, did you give me a city or a town where your family lives?
No.
It's burned down.
Sweet. You don't know shit, Ken. It's
Well, I'm using my superior intelligence.
All right, so you guys are back here. You guys have Chip admitting that he's afraid, which really the rat was just giving you shit. You didn't have to do that. But anywho, what are you guys doing with the? Are you guys just calling it a night? Is there conversations that you guys want to have before turning in?
I guess I'd ask for someone to lead me or point me in the direction of some rooms so I can go and.
Isn't there? Hey, Riz, I think there's a room that has all kinds of cool like wizardy stuff. And
There
things.
is indeed.
And you could probably go check that out too, because that might be a place where like you could do some cool wizard things, whatever wizards do. And then there's books. Look, there's 3 books right there. You could read one of those books.
There are 3 very nice books.
wizardry information as I walk over and like pick up the books.
Chip, he's
Really?
touching your books.
They are currently in a locked glass case that
Oh, then no.
Chip has the key to.
No, I'm not gonna just touch. just
Well, no,
Really?
but
Because that seemed par for the fucking course.
they're kind of
Hey,
cool
man.
books.
if
Yeah.
it's a tree branch that's moving on its own, that it's not connected to nothing.
Bro,
growing
I run
on its own.
outside. I so run outside and break a fucking limb off of a tree and like run back in.
Riz, I found this tree branch outside and it's growing. Look at it. What did you do to make you like a dragon? Because that would be really cool to be like a very hairy dragon.
They don't have hair.
Oh, stick. Make me a hairy dragon.
So you go up to the room of wizarding shit.
Yeah, I'll check out the room of wizarding shit.
It's a cool room.
So yeah, there's a room that looks very similar to the Magi Consortium in the fact that there are many books. There are some potions that have been brewed that are currently sitting in bottles. There are some scrolls out on the floor or out on the benches and stuff that you could take a peek at.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
100%. And if it's possible, I'm totally going to make this like my room.
You're just going to put a hammock up in this room?
Yeah, I'm going to keep the bag of healing so I can just...
Slumbering satchel?
Yeah.
So you're going to use the slumbering satchel as just a room?
For now.
Dude, that you just made the slumbering satchel an apartment. You are subletting the slumbering satchel within the manor. I respect this.
I mean, I come out feeling refreshed. It's a completely padded room, 100%.
Yeah. All right. So the scrolls that you end up looking up or looking at, after taking a while to read, you do have a scroll of mage armor.
You can hold on a minute. You see this notebook? You see the
Yep,
notes of notebook?
I see the notes.
You just hang on a minute. Let me make sure I'm going to write all this down.
There's only 3 of them.
I don't care. I'm writing it down.
Okay, so a scroll of mage armor, a scroll of enlarge reduce, and a scroll of Lehman's tiny hut.
Isn't that similar to who had that? Someone had something with a tiny.
Somebody had a necklace that did. Skip does, but
It's
Is
an
it the same
amulet.
thing?
yep. But now you have the scrolls, so you can add them to your spell book if you wish.
Sweet. And that was what Lee said. Lehman's tiny hut.
Lehman's tiny hut.
Lehman's. Gotcha.
Just look up tiny hut. It'll be all right.
That's fine. And for now, I'm going to spend my nights and days familiarizing myself with every single book within this library.
Okay. We will get you some names of books next time.
Yes,
But
including asking why those 3 specifically are locked behind that cabinet.
because those 3 are very special books that when you take, what is it, Matt? Is it 7? If you spend 7 days reading them?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Then all
Or
of a
maybe
sudden your
48
stats go up.
hours.
Yeah, 48 hours within 7 days, I think it is. Yeah. Then your
What happens?
stats get increased.
Oh,
But then it's not magical for another 100 years, so you should definitely check with the owner to make sure he's okay with you reading anything before you use it.
Smashes glass.
He might be greedy and want to read all 3 of them.
No.
That'd be great.
Just the one that says strength.
I like how that's where your head goes. You could increase your intelligence and your maximum intelligence by 2. But no, you're going to go right with, nope, strength. Because I don't like being a weak-ass bitch.
I do not like being a weak ass. I used to be able to kick doors open in a single huff.
Yep.
Now I bounce off of them like I'm a
Now you'd
a
sprain
bouncy
something.
ball.
All right.
An
So you
hour.
guys are going to bed now? Is that the gist that I am getting?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out in the room until
Okay.
I get to the point where I've got to
Making his
use.
little nest of pulled pork, and
I don't know what room I was given.
I was about to say, oh God, I was about to say beef curtains, but that's not it. Beef tips. That's it. That's where my head was going. Got it. Just the tips. All right. So, with nothing else ado for the evening, you guys do settle in. Are each of you in separate rooms, or because there was like one room that had like six bunks in it? There were a couple, like one room that had two beds that.
I would be in a single room if I could.
Echo has their own room.
Well, when we were looking at it, there was the one room with the two beds that you said that would be you and Sixes, but Six is not currently there. So, Echo does have their own room right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the reason I was thinking maybe Echo would have their own room is because if the brother ever comes to visit and stays the night, Echo doesn't want to be in the same room.
That's when Echo locks the door when they go to bed. No,
you can,
no.
You can get a different room. Go to a guest room. This
Did
is
I
mine.
just read the word sleepy zoomies? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I like how I just see the hand like.
That has been happening for the last like half hour.
That's great. That's awesome. All right. So you guys all settle in for the night. And most of you are sleeping very well.
If I'm in a room by myself, I cast the Veilweaver's amulet.
Okay.
And take like 3 or 4 bags of freaking pulled pork and ribs in there with me. I kind of make a nest.
A nest of meat.
No, like a nest out of pillows and blankets and stuff, and my bedroll and whatever's in there. Kind of make a nest and just kind of like hunker down into it and start eating.
Beautiful. Pork. That is absolutely wonderful. So most of you are sleeping pretty well. Matt, Chip is having some nightmares, but sleeping pretty good. Riz, you are uncomfortable sleeping in a body that feels like it's not yours. Your feet are hanging off the end of the bed. Your tail like is constantly just in a position where it's just not comfortable.
What bed? I'm in the room.
Yeah. Okay, but even in there, in the slumbering satchel, right? You still are getting used to this body that isn't yours. And then there's Echo. And Echo is having a different experience. Echo is having a hard time falling asleep. And you start having many, many dreams. And then you get a vision that I am sending you right now. Or I should say a dream.
There's no dream, there's no vision. Echo just has indigestion from eating a 17-course meal.
Mm-hmm.
And as this figure approaches you, wings beating, you're not able to discern a face. You hear a voice that comes in kind of a double timbre in a like I said, kind of two voices in one. One of which very melodious and calming, the other harsh and intimidating. And you just hear them say, "Fear not, for I am the first and the last. I am the living one, for I have died, but behold, I am alive forevermore. I alone hold the keys to death and the veil beyond." And that is all you can make out.
The spelling on that is so bad, but I'll fix it later. I don't think Echo would say anything, but their demeanor would betray kind of what they're thinking, which is just erratic and confused and not fully understanding what's happening.
So, in that moment, as you're confused and you said you're not saying anything?
I don't think they'd be able to articulate anything.
So, your surroundings in this area is you're kind of just in a very kind of what even the least religious folk in this world know exists is the ether veil. It is just kind of this voidscape where one waits judgment. It is very purgatory-ish. You know, there are these two great doors on either side of this just gray expanse. And I'll say, because you're looking at it in such a way that it is a door to the left and a door to the right. And the door to the right, you start hearing a very loud banging on the door. And you see the door rattling on its hinges.
Is anything happening with the door on the left?
Nope.
Echo would walk close enough to it that their tremor sense would be able to reach to the other side of the door.
Okay. And you feel 13 bodies, creatures, beings on the other side of this door, beating at the door feverishly. And how far away from the door could you be getting?
Well, I have tremor sense up to 20 feet, so to be able to reach to the other side of the door, Echo would be about 15 feet away from the door.
Yeah. As you're standing there that close to the door, you feel an immense amount of heat. I don't know what he's charm person. I don't know what he's showing. But you feel an immense amount of heat coming from the door. You are noticing that the door is Yes, Ken, you're a great artist. Fuck you. I suck. The door is charred and black. The iron on the door is constantly in a state of being red hot. The motif of the door is generally gothic, skulls, and negativity. Um, what is Echo doing in this moment?
Echo genuinely doesn't know what to do here because everything in their gut is telling them to walk away because nothing good will come from prying in places that they don't know anything about. But there's that little part of their mind that's like, but you could learn something here that could be useful and it might be worth it. And so I think they end up just kind of staying rooted where they are, not being able to move forward, but not being able to move back, just kind of stuck.
Okay. So, with that, what is your passive perception? It's north of 10, right?
Passive perception 14.
Okay. I'm not going to ask why Daniel is trying to call me right now.
I've
That's
misclicked.
But anyway, so with that passive perception, you'll notice that the gray of the kind of ether veil has faded. And you see that figure that was talking to you is no longer floating stoically, but he is now, or they are now like on the ground, looking weak, looking beaten, looking in pain. And in that moment, the door flies open. And on the other side are 12 demonic looking figures. And behind all of them is one that two of you have now seen. And you will notice that you are no longer standing in the ether veil. You are standing in about, guesstimation, about 1.5 feet of blood. Do you look around or do you keep your eyes locked on these figures?
Obviously there's those moments of fight or flight that kick in that is everything is screaming in Echo to get out of there. But Echo's better judgment and ability to stay somewhat calm in this circumstance is keeping them rooted where they are, watching what's happening, not willing to take their eyes off of what's going on in case she misses something.
In case she misses something. Okay. So, out of this door, like I said, are coming these demonic figures. They all look similar. They all have something that you can tell ties them together. And they all respond to this figure in the back that you've seen before. And They
Wait,
kind of
is this the figure that Echo saw over the back of Chip that one time?
no.
What figure am I looking at then?
The demonic figure that visited you in that fever dream of yours.
Oh, that one. Got it.
Yeah. And he just kind of walks up and throws a bag at your feet. And then he takes a seat on what you think is a crown. Or not a crown, a throne. There we go.
Echo will keep their attention on this figure and anything else that might be shifting or moving so that they're not caught off guard with anything, and will use their staff to pick up the bag.
It's a very heavy bag. And you feel some spherical type objects, some round objects, but you also hear some kind of what's the word? Squelching? Sloshing?
Echo will pick up on all of this and will just.
And I will note, like, you are seeing all of this. Like, this is not.
Echo will throw a quizzical look at the figure sitting on the throne. Not opening the bag, but picking up on those details and throwing a quizzical look.
So just asking with a look, or are you actually saying anything?
No, Echo hasn't said anything so far and is determined to get as far without having to do so.
So, recognizing the quizzical look, this figure just says, "You are the one that is chosen to see. So this is my gift to you. Look upon thy future. Know what lies ahead."
There's a very, very long period of time where Echo is just thoroughly examining him. Questions speeding through their head. And they'll look down at the bag and transfer it from the staff to their hand. And looks back up. Why?
Because I am inevitability. I am your future. I am what will come to be. And there is nothing you can do about it.
And who are you?
You will find out in due time, child. And the first time you say my name, it will be when you are begging for mercy. begging for a chance to save those pitiful people in your life.
As he says that, and he's watching Echo, there's a very brief moment when he says, the first time you'll say my name, you'll be begging, that there's a half smirk that flips across their face, but it's gone almost as soon as it happens. So it's almost that moment of, did that really just happen? As he continues to speak.
You seem nervous to open my gift, child.
I've learned not to trust things given without explanation or context. Bad things happen that way.
We both know this is just a dream.
That might be true, but in every dream lies truth, pain, answers, that to be taken just as seriously as anything happening in the real world. I mean, gods and divine beings or eldritch entities tend to use the dreamscape to communicate, so my trepidation is warranted.
Open it or not, it makes no difference to me. I simply offer you this warning, for I will rise again. You will know my name.
As he says that, there's a moment where one of the prophecies from the hidden room flits into memory on a couple of lines that tick in familiarity. And they will look back down to the bag and slowly open it.
And inside the bag, the first thing you see is the head of your brother.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought these were going to be.
And then Six. And Estrella. And Riz. Chip. And as you open the bag, it's just like these things are just flowing out. But then what catches your attention is you start to see the heads of gods, of deities.
I think at seeing the heads of people that Echo recognizes, there's not a ton of surprise in their face or their countenance, almost having expected this to be what was here. But then it starts becoming gods and deities. And there's not necessarily confusion, but an air of unexpectedness. That turns to curiosity despite Echo's knowledge of the fact that this could be very dangerous and most likely is, as this entity has said, a warning. But despite themselves, they're still mildly curious.
So you look back towards him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you slowly lift your eyes from the bag, you see this figure shooting off of the throne. And he almost instantly has you. At first, it feels like he's picking you up by the throat. Before you realize, like, his whole hand is basically encompassing your entire body. As you see the full scale of him. It doesn't matter what roads you can see. There is no length that you can go to that you will hide from me.
I don't need to hide.
Spoken like somebody with nothing to lose.
Spoken from somebody who has much to lose but isn't afraid.
And as you say, isn't afraid, you hear this impossibly deep voice just starting to laugh as he starts squeezing you, but you don't hurt. But in the distant reaches of your mind, you hear the screams from 6 and from your brother. And then everything goes black. You are there in your bed. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
I was waiting for something like this to happen after that one dream.
Escalation, it's fun.
It's fine.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us for an incredibly, totally put together episode where nothing went off the rails at all and everything happened exactly how it was supposed to. We know what we're doing here. No, but seriously, glad that y'all showed up. I fucking love the fact that Matt is over there just doing Apple shit. I'm not that cool. But thank you guys for coming along. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week. Marion will be back. I'm sure everything will be fine. But we'll get some shits done. We'll see if Riz is getting used to his Dragonborn body and sees if he can figure out his cool Dragonborn shit.
I can float.
I can float.
I can float, I can fly, but if it goes over a minute, I fall out of the sky.
Hey, it rhymed.
Truth.
That
That is
was cold.
wonderful. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We all love you. Thank you guys for playing tonight. That way. Thank you guys for playing tonight. And I will see all of you guys next week. Love you all. Be safe. See you next Monday.